Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live again. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network. It is another week in the wrestling world, and we are kicking off early on this Monday night. We got so much to talk about. We got a week full of go-home shows, and everything's going to be wild and fun on the channel this week. Do not miss a minute, folks. But with all that being said, we got so much to get into. We got 3 hours plus of coverage for everyone out there. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, put a smile on your face. It's Monday. It's Raw. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, it is a wonderful Monday. I hope everyone out there had their week kick off beautifully. I hope everyone's happy and having a safe day. And we are back again with some more wrestling coverage. Of course, it's Monday, so we're getting WWE RAW tonight. Apparently, the mystery opponent for the six-man tag's out the window. But we'll talk about it all here tonight. Me and that pretty face are going to rock and roll through it all. I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White. And this is Wrasslin for Life Network. Go, Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrasslin for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, I already see the comments and everything popping up of they gave away the surprise before the show started.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
They anti-tonied.
Yeah, like, listen. Leave it a surprise, but I think you and I have a really good theory about it. I will take a moment to say hello to everybody out there. If you're new here, make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, join the family, be a part of the show. Do not forget the super stickers. Do not forget all the links below, our Instagram, Twitter, Discord, merch store, all of it.
Why?
You even got the t-shirt out tonight, bro.
Right. I'm seeing
that's what you should do.
I got perfectly for it. I just got to bounce up and down. Pause. That'd be a little weird. But Bonkers, what up? Trevor, what up? Mary, you're new. I like too. Rocco, what up? Richard, what up? Damien, Jay, Richard again. There's us. Everybody. Mick, Broken Tables podcast. Already getting in here early and thinking that the prize was going to be Drew.
What's the question?
They just thought they got in here early, already thinking the surprise was going to be Drew. Well, it could have been Drew. It could have been maybe Randy.
I like the idea of Drew popping up at the end of Night of Champions. That's how, like, Seth wins, everyone's cheering. Claymore!
I like that a lot more than him being in a mixed or in a six-man tag match. Yeah. I think Riddle was a bit obvious with this, especially after the Battle Royal last week, to where he did the little sandal flip at Gunther and everything. So,
yeah, I mean, we surmised, and you and I thought, is it perhaps that Riddle being the surprise would have bummed everybody out, so they just gave it away?
Yeah, like I said, they kind of anti-Tony'd themselves of rather than make a big deal for a shitty pop and a shitty reaction and an announcement that goes over like a turn to punch bowl. They just rather get in front of it. And, well, so if you are ho-hum about it, well, too bad, so sad. At least it's because, we told you ahead of time. So you don't get your hopes up, folks.
Right. But, and I mean, we still have the surprise in the Raquel match. So
touche.
So we were going to get two surprises tonight. Now, of course, one of my outside theories, it was Dakota Kai, but she clipped the wheel, so she will be.
Everybody's getting hurt now.
There's a lot of injuries the last couple of weeks here.
Well, that's why we're having this match, because Liv's out with shoulder surgery. Like you said, Dakota blew a knee out. I was trying to combine saying blow a gasket and blew a knee out, and it just crossroads. Right. And then Sasha hurt herself last night as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Nick. And I mean, Sasha, we saw the botch, and then she kept going, but then she took that Michinoku sit down driver, and she didn't kick out. And the ref,
I think that's when the ref had to stop counting, and then like they kind of did it again, and then just Reed ran it back. Well, she Yosemite Sammed herself, like I said earlier. She backpedaled and yee-hee.
And then you know what? I hate to see anybody get injured, but one of the knocks on Sasha is she durable enough to be a wrestler? And here's another example of poor thing.
She does have a bit of a history of getting injured and injuring people.
If she was a hockey player, we call her a Band-Aid.
She's a goon if I've ever seen one.
I see the chat filling up, folks. Thank you for being here tonight. We'll get to a little bit of roll call. I know Nick likes to do it.
I already did a good chunk.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We're good. Newest
We're
one
on par. Sorry, I hadn't clicked the button yet, so I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
but yeah, so we got all this tonight. What else do we have going on Raw tonight? Trish and Becky, a contract signing is going to happen.
Right.
I know there's been a lot of mixed reviews on that one.
Well, I've also heard that that's not going to end at Night of Champions. Richard, we just talked about that one. We've also got, again, for the third time that they keep advertising like it's still something special, we have Brock and Cody under the same roof.
That's significant enough. You're such a big star. It's like Elvis has left the building.
Brock Lesnar has left the building, folks.
Brock Lesnar has entered the building.
Is that scarier, him entering or him leaving?
The entering, Zoe. Pause. Never mind. Set me up for that one, motherfucker.
Yes, we also have Finn and Shinsuke. So since we just watched New Japan, we're getting a little bit of a relapse of it, a retaste there of Prince Devitor versus Shinsuke.
This should be a really good match if they let them go. I wonder if JD plays any part in it.
I've seen this theory still kicking around, and I don't buy into it. I don't get it yet. I know that there was the little still image of Finn was staring off into the distance as JD walked off camera and everything, but yeah.
Well, they seem to get a kick out of it. They continually do this now. It's a new thing that consistently happens on WWE programming. Is if you watch in the background, there's something going on.
Right, like what was it? I think it was last week or so that we were here, and I pointed out that Heyman was back behind there talking to people, and the next thing you know, you have everybody online, still framed, zoomed in,
right.
All that. Everybody's CSI now.
What's going on, Trevor? How you doing?
Now, Richard, I think that Bray's part of the reason that that's happened is because he kind of started that. I feel.
Who?
Bray, with having everything in the background mattering. If you always were looking for QR codes and images. And they definitely utilize it a lot, but I wonder how often are they just fucking with people? I mean, for all those times we got all the clues every time Liv jumped through a table or something, but it was just a red herring. Yeah, well, I think that was part of it, and I think I liked it when it was still kind of at that point, and then it also did run its course of, was it too much? Was it all just more confusing than anything? It's because it never got to any sort of a finish line.
Yeah, it never went anywhere, right? So, and we don't know, either by choice or by changing plans. Who knows?
Right. Joe thinking it could be John Cena. Well, no, that's why you keep hearing all those cars out, by my fucking window and everything. His Fast X is, I guess, playing on a loop outside. But
Cena and Vin Diesel are doing laps.
They're drag racing constantly outside of my apartment. It's a terrible thing. We've called the police. They just won't stop.
I hate this fucking neighborhood.
Exactly. Can't do nothing. He just says it's for my family and then just zooms off. But what else was I about to say? Speaking of filming movies and everything like that, we're not going to have Seth Rollins on tonight. Well, we're going to have him on camera. We're getting part 2 of the interview.
Yes.
But everybody's still, I like the flip and flopping that we're doing here. The fickle wrestling community.
Oh my God.
They're unsure about Seth winning. Well, Seth's the clear-cut favorite to winning. Back and forth of who's right, who's wrong.
Did you see today the report? AJ Styles put on orange socks, so it means he's not going to win.
AJ did say something that I thought was a great quote from him of saying, well, we made the second title because no one could take the belts off Roman, so how is it not secondary?
Yep.
Good on you, AJ. Good on you.
Yeah, and I think that headline in itself, yeah, absolutely. But I think further to kind of his point was very much of, we'll see where it goes. And if there was ever a day we cross paths with Roman and we happen to have the belt, we'll see what happens then. But yeah, very much that idea of, we had no choice. Roman's got both belts. What can we do?
Yeah. Like I said, Secondary. But I still think now I'm seeing the reports come out that we're back to Seth's the clear-cut favorite to win the new belt.
I still think he was.
I never changed. I think it was that case all along.
Yeah.
But Rocco says Bray cost Rhodes. We get Cody versus Bray or Fiend at SummerSlam or Brock versus Lesnar 3.
Brock versus Lesnar.
I'm assuming he meant Cody, or Bray versus Cody. Brock.
No, I honestly believe we're gonna get another. We're gonna get Lesnar and Cody at SummerSlam.
Well, that's the thing. Does Night of Champions, does that end the feud between Cody and Brock?
I think Brock kicks the living shit out of Cody this time. I'm watching Brock.
Well, especially because it's a fight. That's the thing. I'm of two minds of it's either Cody's more heroic and he wins again and this ends it. Or, like you said, we get a third match out of this because this time it's a fight and Brock he opens Cody the hard way, all of that. He's straight Randy Orton foreheads.
Yeah, we're gonna go 1980s all the way with this one. I think it's gonna be a lot of a whooping. Again, you got to make the hard times, right? I think it's too easy if he beats Brock the second time straight up. Now, if he pulls it off and it's a really good match, I'm curious. Okay, maybe he's done with Brock, but I don't know. I think this leads to an ultimate showdown. If you're going to slay the beast, if you're going to be the guy that slays Lesnar, if Lesnar is going to give you the nod, A, it's huge for you, but B, you're really going to have to work for it.
Well, and that's the thing, but it's Brock Lesnar's almost the perfect opponent that could take 2 L's, and he still, I don't think it diminishes anything with Brock.
No. Brock's with some of the horrible matches we've seen Brock in lately, Nick, like with the low blow to Bobby Lashley and shit, people still pop and go crazy when that music hits.
Yeah, he's still terrifying. But absolutely. Forgot what I was going to say. No, you're good. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, it's going to be Cody getting hard times out there and the thought it would say.
Yeah. No, sorry, your inner dial was turning to like what one. Dusty.
Exactly. It was. Wait, hold on. Yeah,
got it. Yeah, no, I mean, Zoe versus Candice will be interesting. See if they'll give them a little time to show off.
Well, I mean, you got 3 hours, so you might as well.
Yeah, well, they might as well and actually do it, are 2 separate things in this company, Nick.
Yeah, true. Give a whole hour just to Shinsuke and Finn. But so I know I saw a thing. It might have been Richard asking our prediction for that match ahead of time.
Did I miss that?
No, yeah. I feel like we've missed a few comments, but that's why we got the super chats, the super stickers. So you can get your voice be heard because we're still about 15 minutes away from Raw kicking off, and it's only going to get chattier from then on, folks.
Yes. Keep it going. We appreciate it. And like Nick said, just hit that button. Be a friend, tell a friend, and enjoy.
Right. What?
I completely lost where it was.
No, you're good. But whoever, Joe, it's already been announced that it's Riddle, unfortunately.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of bummed it's Riddle, but it makes sense. It's kind of what they were leading, like you said, right at the, comes out, flicks his sandals at him. Gunther cost him the Battle Royal. I think that's Gunther, Riddle, SummerSlam. It's already locked and loaded. I'd be shocked any other way.
Yeah, and well, to be the contrarian, it almost defeats the purpose. I know we talked and tried to rationalize why they'd announced the mystery partner beforehand, but they kind of booked themselves into a corner with that unnecessarily of like, you didn't need to do that. You could have just announced Riddle and Sami and KO will face on Imperium next week versus the mystery opponent.
Well, you do all these backstage segments and shit. You could have spent 5 seconds where Riddle comes up, so like, I got your back, bros, and keeps walking. And
could he not remember his lines like he did with Asuka? Is that what it was? Right. Roll off on a scooter.
Roll off on the scooter.
Jay is saying Breaker should dethrone Roman after winning Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I don't see it for a while. I mean, if Roman holds the belt for 1,400 days, maybe. I mean, it's not impossible. The guy is definitely got a bright future. I don't know what else to say about it, Nick.
Yeah, that Roman Reigns sure has a very fantastic bright future.
Roman.
No, I get what you were saying, but I still think it's going to be Cody at Mania. I think we're going all the way.
All the way. That's what it's been, dude.
By the way,
I didn't even disagree with you or argue about it. Like, it's, to me, it's fine. And all the people that were screaming and yelling, I can't wait to hear, like, yeah, he won it, but it would have been more special at 39.
Everybody's going to say that. Everybody's already been saying, you still get the back and forth about how loud the woes are and everything during his entrance. To me, I said it before, right after WrestleMania, and credit to Bully Ray, because that's actually where I heard the point brought up the first time from. The story going into Mania 39 was not Cody versus Roman. You take the time now and you build the story going into WrestleMania 40 of it being Cody versus Roman. What sold tickets, what put asses in seats, as far as Roman Reigns going into WrestleMania, was everything with the bloodline and the fact that we were going to potentially have him versus The Rock.
Yeah.
Roman and Cody didn't sell LA.
Yeah. Unbroken Ass JD not wrestling now. He is wrestling. Well, he had his debut last week on Raw. He's on the main roster now.
Right. I don't know if he's advertising the match tonight, but I'm sure he might show up.
You never know. It's obviously going to be Riddle. Yeah, they announced it, so definitely obvious.
Right.
Is Bobby just in the Money in the Bank ladder match, or does he have a feud going in?
We'll wait and see, because it's still, we got to get through Night of Champions before we start, talking about feuds and storylines going into Money in the Bank, I feel.
Have we beat the whole, have we destroyed the whole Hurt Business argument? Like, is it just played out at this point, or is this still wait and see?
It's one of those, it's just kind of getting to the point of, all right, well, we keep yelling and they're not listening, so my voice is getting sore. How much do we keep beating the drum on this?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with Bobby. I mean, you can't have him in the same spot always. He's either got to move up or down on this card. People have speculated maybe he goes after Roman.
I could see that being a feud. Even that could be, honestly, if we're going to have a singles Roman Reigns match at SummerSlam, I could maybe see it being Bobby. I could see it being AJ. I think those are not too bad shouts. Like, that's the thing, is now if they're going to hold to this brand split, Bobby should be in the main event scene against Roman. And that's a match I don't think we've seen before.
No, not that I recall, Nick. And I think what you see, I don't want to see Bobby win the Money in the Bank either, right?
No, I don't think he does. I think who could would be Cody.
I don't want Cody to win it.
Cody's on Raw, though. How do you get him against Roman outside of the Rumble?
I think
you have him run the Rumble. It's got to be the Rumble or Money in the Bank.
I think you put him in the top 5 that come out at the next Rumble, 1 through 5, and you make him earn it. You put him through like a grueling, give him a Ric Flair performance.
I'll have him come out 1. I bet you if he could do it.
Rectify what everyone was mad about last year. You send Cody out 30 and he layups for the fucking W. Come on.
Right.
So, I mean, Money in the Bank is a good out but then it gets, I mean, if he challenges Roman, somebody wins the belt, Rumble, they challenge whoever's got Seth, I'm assuming.
At this point, let's be honest and just say either way that Cody wins his opportunity at Roman again. If that's the way we're going to go here, if he wins an opportunity at Roman again, he's got to struggle for it. He's got to work for it. He's got to, quote unquote, earn it. And not saying that he didn't. It's after the pec injury, and then you give him the layup of the Rumble and everything. Everything felt a little too, you're the chosen boy. We're seeing the story go before it gets there.
And it's always hard, especially if you're a consistent fan and you have, wrestlers that each week you're rooting for. You're rooting for certain guys, and then you kind of watch Cody come in the back door. Well, I guess he kind of ran through the front door, to be honest. But he comes walking in and just takes everything that you would love to see your favorite guy with, right? It's tricky. Right.
But small mark KO, Sami and Mustafa Ali, right? That actually wouldn't have been a bad show, because it's the go home show, and we're getting that match at Night of Champions. Would have helped build that story a bit. But no, they would announce it Riddle.
It would make more sense, the current challenger opposed to a potential future challenger.
Well, I mean, is anyone taking Ali over Gunther? I know it's in Saudi, but still.
Yeah, no, it's not happening.
Keyshawn, what up? I believe Cody gets Money in the Bank. Fair enough. I read somewhere, JV, what up? I read somewhere that KO might be getting lyrics to his entrance song. If true, I think WWE just wants more sing-along songs.
Yes.
I heard that the band that does Cody's theme song might be doing something for KO.
Yes. And someone else they're doing, one of the ladies. It'll come back to me, but one of the ladies was rumored to be getting a song from the same band. I do want to say that, yes, we need more signs, more chants, and more singing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's one of the best things about like the peak of wrestling popularity. You had everybody running around doing hand signs like they were in gangs, like screaming and yelling, like telling their teachers to suck it. Like there was so much that you would get from a wrestling show that you do not get anymore.
But that's the thing, is that's what made going to those shows such a marquee event. It's live entertainment, and you want the crowd to be involved in live entertainment. Could you imagine if you went to a concert and every like third song they just threw up 5 minutes of advertisements and commercials and shit like that?
the stage just goes dark.
They just show music videos of shit that they've performed. They don't actually put on any of the shows. They don't perform any songs. They sit there and just, remember when they even do even worse. They cut to other concert footage.
Yeah.
This is performing it in front of you.
Last week in Sacramento.
Right. And last week when we were out there. Yeah, exactly. 100% that. That's
No, you got a valid point, right? So
Logan
Paul, what's that?
That's not a bad shout, I don't think.
I said this a few weeks back of like, Logan Paul could be a good guy, especially if Seth has the belt, like just to harass him for like 9 months.
Yeah, true. And if you get the whole social media shit, he just trolls him online and everything.
I hate to say it, but if they announce, like if Logan Paul says, you know what, Seth, I will see you at WrestleMania, and it's Seth and Logan in the main event of night one for the belt. It's crazy shit, but why does it work? What?
I said, let's not put the cart before the horse here. Let's not put the tweet before the twat.
I accept that, but no, honestly, but I think there's a lot of people out there at this point would be like, I could see it. You talk about eyeball.
I mean, at this point, they've shown he can go.
He has a history with Seth.
Right. Now, should it be Bad Bunny? If we're talking about celebrities.
You know what? Bad Bunny sold me. I shit on Bad Bunny a lot because I thought he got overhyped because he did a Canadian destroyer and jumped off the top onto a bunch of grown men. But I enjoyed the street fight so much where I'm like, this guy, you know what? You like when you see people come in and they're into it, right? And that's where I give Logan Paul credit. People might not like him, but he takes this shit seriously. He's coming out to perform. He's doing buckshots and fucking topes. Like he's not fucking around.
Diving elbows through tables and everything. But yeah, speaking of concerts, Backlash was the best Bad Bunny concert I've ever seen.
It was amazing, actually. So
right. Oh, it was fantastic. Trust me, I still listen to that, his entrance song.
Yeah, that camera shot when it comes in from behind him as he was coming out and the fans just come unglued.
The drone shot to start off the show, you literally heard dun 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 dun, and by then the crowd had already just lost their mind.
It's the best shit, man. But folks, we are on the cusp of Monday Night Raw. We got a little bit of time to go here, but we are getting that any minute now. Do not forget to like, subscribe, keep the chat coming. See a lot of people filing on in. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't hit the like button, do it. If you haven't joined our family, do it. We cover more wrestling than anyone else. They can call it a watch party, watch along, what you will. It doesn't matter. This is your alternative commentary, and nobody does it like we do.
Right.
Nick, how do you feel?
I was going to say, well, speaking of that, Victor brings up the match that we were here covering last night, covering Willow being the inaugural New Japan Strong Women's Champion over Mercedes, which, good on you, 10 on 10.
Listen, that lady was put in a hard spot last night because they clearly just handed her the microphone and said, kill time.
Yeah, she's hurt. Yeah, but that pounce, good googly moogly, that's the best pounce since Keith Lee's won. there, because I saw people saying it. She sold that like she got hit by a Ford F-150.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, part of me thought the way it all played out. Imagine you blow. I don't know what the official diagnosis was or prognosis, but
I've heard broken foot. I've heard broken ankle.
Okay, so imagine you're in agony and the ref stops that 2 count. How bad did Sasha want to reach up and grab him by the ear? Like
that's when you just hear, "Fuck."
Count 3.
Right. He's just grabbing his hand and hitting the mat with it. 3, 4, 5, all the numbers.
But yeah,
count me out inside the ring, bitch.
We knew that spot didn't go proper. We saw her go down hard. But to her credit, she got back up. So we were like, okay, a little bit of a botch, but here we go. And we had praised that earlier match she had. She had an outstanding match. So I feel bad for the lady because this has been multiple times, and I think it's been a big hindrance in her career.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I did also want to touch on Unbroken says WWE theme songs are turning into Barney songs. Well, I just mentioned this because I want to make the joke of, we love you, and so you should love us and hit that like, share, and subscribe button.
We're one big happy family.
I was going to say, I just did it for the terrible joke.
Yeah.
Chris, what up? JV, still what up? Gilly, your favorite buddy there. Gilly's here. Boston, what up? Everybody's filing in. Victor already what?
What? He came in a mood. Let's go, folks. Absolutely. I'm getting ready. What else? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just singing the AC/DC song. Sorry.
Oh shit.
You said I'm getting ready, so are we ready?
I feel bad for Dakota Kai, another lady who's had some injury trouble
and a lot of knee issues too.
And again, it's funny because you hear sometimes the old timers are like, "Oh, that like Meteora or that jump off the top looks good," but when you don't have a knee or a back or a hip, and a lot of us young folk or even younger than us are, "Oh, come on, old man, we're fine." But you see things like this consistently.
Right. Take it from someone who knows. What's like when you remember when Matt Hardy's finisher would always be like the double leg drop off the top.
Yeah.
And everything. And now looking back on that, you're just like, oh, that's gotta hurt so bad. And that's not something you can do for 30 years like Taker did. Right. Where, that's why you always watch these guys take bumps safely.
That's why he walks like he's holding his cheeks together as he comes out because he just just years of working on that spine.
Right. That's when his hip was fusing to his spine at one point. He thought his career was going to be done.
Yeah. And I mean, you see it with a lot of the guys. Look at fucking HBK.
Well, to him, he looks perfectly fine. Every day is a funhouse mirror. Every mirror is a funhouse mirror when it comes to HBK.
He said it. But when she got up, it wasn't on her. When she got up, it wasn't on her own, and she was balancing on one leg. Where'd it go? It moved. I knew she was hurt the second I saw it. Sucks. Those girls were doing a great job. Yeah, I mean that's the unfortunate part is these two ladies were having an historic night, an historic match, and an historic opportunity for what it was, slated as, and we never got that full experience. Maybe
that's the thing is you do feel like you, and respect to both women, you do feel like you might have gotten robbed of a moment there. They were still building, and you don't know where that would have led to.
Right, no doubt that Sasha was. No doubt that Sorry, I just got completely distracted because. What is this?
I don't know, but I still got Law and Order right now.
Oh yeah, you still got Law and Order.
Yeah,
it says I'm supposed to have Raw, but it's from 2012, and Johnny Laurinaitis is.
I've got together right now. I've got the intro. I've got moments ago Cody Rhodes walking through backstage. So folks, oh baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Oh, already jumped by Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar in the house already, folks.
Already, just stomping them out, throwing them into every bit of equipment, every case, everything. That's solid backstage right now. Oh, not the beer kegs. The random beer kegs. that are perfectly stacked in a pyramid.
Now, this is why it matters that they're under the same roof, Nick.
But how many times, though, did you have security separating people? Like, there's no one backstage right now trying to intervene with this. Granted, I'm not suggesting. Well, actually, I am suggesting because they're not me that they get involved with Brock Lesnar. I will not try and interrupt Brock Lesnar. You can do that.
But at least be in the periphery.
Yeah. Oh, keg to Cody's arm up against the garage door. So Brock Lesnar, kayfabe, well, or he's got the strength to probably do it. Shoot, might have just broken Cody's arm. And figure that's going to be fitting. That's going to play into this match. Yeah. A, with the Kimura, and B, when Cody goes for the crossroads, because he uses that arm to hook the neck.
Houston.
Ratnick, I think Brock is angry with Cody. Just a little bit. Walker, Texas, Lesnar at it again. Not Tetanus Lesnar. I've got Heyman, my unofficial uncle, in the ring.
Nick, just carry things for 2 seconds, sir.
You're good. Pause. Well, I'll do this so he can do that. But Paul Heyman instantly pointing out, though, that he had nothing to do with that, of what we just saw. He had nothing to do with Brock Lesnar attacking Cody Rhodes. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Steve, what up? Well, and this goes back to the tie-in with Paul Heyman being the former advocate of Brock Lesnar. And he even gives the little Brock Lesnar. But yeah, this is, so we're avoiding the brand split again. Well, I mean, he is an advocate of, he's not, I guess, technically an in-ring talent, but we've got Paul letting us know before he's on his way to the island of relevancy. It's so funny to me that Paul Heyman still, being one of the oldest people on the roster, and I say that respectfully, with all due respect, but a man that's nothing but a manager is still the best on the mic, bar none, to just about anyone on this roster, if not anybody on this roster. Christ, at this point, almost anybody in professional wrestling. But we'll kill, did he just say kill Kevin Owens? Well, and his terrible rat bastard partner of a tag team partner, Sami Zayn. So does anyone out there think that Roman and Solo are actually going to win? Because I'm kind of a little bit of the mindset that could be a thing that happens. But does anybody out there think that Roman and Solo are actually going to leave Saudi Arabia with the tag team belts? Maybe Brock brings back Stardust. He beats the bejesus out of him so much, Steve, that he comes out as Stardust. He just goes full. He goes full like when Dustin went back to Cody and had when Dustin went back to Goldust and had the whole twitch because of getting shocked. Wait, are they in Hershey? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, the brand split is a mess right now that I can't defend, but I'm still going to give it some time before I completely go nuts over it. Fair enough, Boston. I'll give you that. That's good. Oh, wow. And KO's music instantly hits. I liked that Heyman did, oddly enough, the intro to the show, but it had a bit of that Attitude Era feel. We start off cold with earlier today when moments ago, we've got Brock Lesnar attacking Cody backstage, and it looks like he's beating the shit out of him. And then we kick it off with Heyman out here doing what Heyman does and cutting a fantastic promo. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. And instantly we've got Sami and KO coming out right now, which if they were going to come out, and I get it, they're the athletes versus, going after a manager, but why not come out there when he's, calling Sami a rat bastard and everything else? Versus we've got to, come out, make sure we get our full entrance. And we've now got the matching duct tape shirts. That's, I guess, now what me and KJ have to do when we end up on stream, at least on Raws. Now we just have to apparently have matching black duct tape shirts. If I got to have like BN and he's got to have KJ on his, maybe we'll do that for like Halloween or something. Steven Elimination Chambers, what up? Dale, what up? But so, and Heyman hightailed it, of course. But so are we already kicking off right out of the gate with the 6-man tag match? That'll be interesting. Good start to Raw so far. Absolutely. Why aren't we getting an explanation for why Brock hit Cody in the hand with a keg? The storyline is trash. Sarcasm. Yeah, I hate the whole, well, why aren't we getting an explanation, this, that, and the third? Well, let the story play out a little bit. Give them some time more than just this moment, this show right now. And it has been good and it has compelled you. And now still you've got Brock just wants to beat the shit out of Cody because he busted him open and he cost him a match. Because Brock thought Cody drank all the beer. Yeah, what? He drank all the beer? God damn it, what? I gotta go break his arm. Sucks to hear about Dakota Kai. I believe that makes her 3rd time she's torn ACL. Yeah, it's so weird that her and her former tag team partner, Tegan Knox, have both had so many knee injuries. Sad to see because she's super talented. And you hate to see somebody that just came back too. And I thought was really going to be part of that breakout when Damage Control splits up and launch herself even higher. And now she's back sidelined again with a knee injury. But we're getting a promo from Sami and KO. And Sami instantly starts off with pretty good, letting the crowd know they're doing pretty good. Oh, of course Heyman's going to hightail it. You're going to whoop his ass. He's not a wrestler. Of course he's going to hightail it. See, that's why KJ took a pause, is because he had to make sure he could come out for his intro right there. Don't be confused. That is just KO, not KJ stud double. But I hope Randy Orton returns tonight. Benjamin, I would love to see Randy Orton return any night. Tonight, tomorrow night, Friday night.
We are definitely getting those shirts.
The Iron Man of every night, like KJ White. What?
We are definitely getting those shirts. We can definitely make that happen.
Yeah, we just need duct tape and a plain black T-shirt.
No, I'll just put it on the merch store.
Oh, touche. I forgot. Well, I'm going to sound terrible and just saying I forgot.
I forgot we had that shit.
Well, because I'm used to making things. I made the Golden KJ. We didn't have a merch store for that.
We're a few weeks away from the half-year Golden KJs, the For Lifey Awards.
The second annual.
Second annual. Yeah, he's supposed to be shit. I love it.
He's a heel manager.
Why?
Busy week of wrestling this week. Absolutely.
KO talking about Alpha and Sika. He's dedicating the match to Alpha and Sika. Not native champions. Funny shit.
Pillars.
Jimmy. The 2 pillars. You know, the internet's going to run wild with that.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
We were the first people to ever use the term pillars.
I was going to say, if I have to take a pause, it's because I have Twitter already pulled up and it's starting to smoke from all the AEW fans that can go losing their mind about pillars, and just see that shows you that we're in their minds. We're in WWE's mind where they're mentioning the pillars. Well, speaking of pillars, we've got Imperium coming out with the pillars behind them. So who really started the pillars?
Right.
I'd say the Romans.
Go. Pillars everywhere. Shit.
Right.
Either Seth or Jay will cause Roman to lose and Solo to lose. I think the Bloodline might accidentally do it. Accidentally on purpose.
Well, what if it plays into the thing to where either, say, you had the whole Roman accidentally bump Solo moment. What if it is something similar to that? Either way, that's what causes. It doesn't have to be the Usos. You start to sell that Roman might be slipping like this. Yeah. There might be a slip forming between Roman and Solo.
I still think there has to be some type of shenanigans. Yeah, it's still Roman. It's still the bloodline. I don't know that they just lose outright. Like,
Right.
see, you couldn't do it. I think there has to be something.
And we've got Riddle and we've got Imperium all out here. I thought we were about to kick off. We might be starting off Raw with the 6-man tag.
There's Riddle,
bro. But he
we didn't know entrance.
No
music,
intro.
though. I appreciate
no music.
Chinks, you owe me a beer.
But how do you feel so far about tonight's start off to Monday?
Good energy. Paul Heyman. If he doesn't gas you up, you're not paying attention.
Like, you started off with the Brock Cody attack, and then you go right into Heyman, you go right into Sami and KO, and now we've got a melee, a brawl out happening right now. Riddle and Gunther going at it. Sami and KO have already dumped out Imperium. They messed that up. Gunther, you're supposed to go over the top rope, not just get stuck there.
You're slightly ahead of me, sir. Let me see.
Sorry.
That's all right. It happens. Double clothesline, and Gunther gets stuck on the rope. Well, okay, there you go.
Yeah. A Pier Sixer. Why? See money, what up? Why? Brawl is on. Riddle is too small. No, did you know he used to be an MMA fighter? I don't know if they've told you that in the last 30 seconds.
That's his X factor, right? He can take down the bigger guy because he's trained, right?
Right. You can go back and watch game tape of him whooping somebody's ass for real.
Or you can find other footage where he's just swinging his helicopter.
Oh, he does a fantastic Ric Flair impression, man. I tell you, he has a hard time keeping them alligators down.
Yeah, hard indeed.
I was wondering which way you were going to go with that setup. I'm happy either way.
Nobody wants to have anything close to a reptile in any way, shape, or form in reference to that. So I went the other way. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus contract signing tonight.
Right, and we're getting Finn Balor versus Nakamura with Damon Priest in Finn's corner. And part 2, Electric Boogaloo of the sit-down interview with Seth Franklin Rollins.
That was pretty good. Riddle injured himself by Gunther's chop.
Yeah, it's a shame when somebody just gets in the front of something like that,
Right?
Tragic when they do that.
How dare you put your chest there?
Does Ricochet have new music? Yeah, or do you not normally hear his music and you just pretty much hear that in Bronze? Because I was waiting for the one and only.
No, this isn't brand new, Nick, but this is relatively new.
Fair enough.
They added a bit of remix to the one and only.
Yeah. But I've got Ricochet coming out right now. I've really liked so far, honestly, what they've done with Monday Night Raw to start off tonight. I'll give them credit.
No, it's good energy. And like I said, I mean, Paul Heyman speaks in such a way, he talk you into jumping off a bridge. Like he's
right.
Just that guy.
Can sell snow to an Eskimo, all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're 15 minutes in and we're already going to a commercial.
I feel like we just came back from a commercial.
I do too.
But
we've got we're not getting for Night of Champions, so we're getting Ricochet versus Bronson Reed coming up next.
Ricochet, that's not very nice, Gilly.
I was gonna say you're not Ricochet. A fan of the fighting Irishman Ricochet.
Yeah, what's wrong with Ricochet?
Mm-hmm. Then I wish, but if what they've said that he supposedly wouldn't come back to the ring and everything like that has been advised not to.
Mm-hmm.
He's done enough.
I'm still skeptical.
Well, to me, it's a bit the quotes from his dad. It's not
on a podcast.
Like Randy put out anything about it, but then again, Randy's just been quiet on the whole situation, which I respect, and it's kind of Randy being Randy.
Yeah, he's supposed to. I mean, he understands the game, and he's a pro. So again, you'll find out what you need to know when you need to know it, and until he's completely crossed himself, injured forever, we're never going to hear anything. And one day he might just pop up.
Now, what's going to be interesting to me, and I don't think I've heard anyone really talk about it lately, as we are in commercial break, folks. of when guys like when Edge hangs it up, when Randy hangs it up, does Hunter, especially if he's now chief of creative and he's got more of a stake in everything, and now this new Endeavor deal, does he not pitch these guys need to be working backstage or as head trainers or anything like that? Of who would you want teaching you ring psychology right now, other than say a guy like Randy Orton?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like if Randy Orton had the patience for it and wanted to do it, or Edge was interested in doing it, if you could have legitimate guys backstage, I still say one of the biggest problems ever with wrestling. I know people have their big turning points of wrestling history, but when you started bringing in Hollywood writers that didn't know fuck all about wrestling and understand the business of wrestling, not to sound like I'm jumping on my soapbox, but that if you had people back there like Edges and even a Christian when he decides to hang it up, now you're getting wrestling guys helping you along the way.
Absolutely. And I mean, make room on that soapbox because I'm a bit of that same mindset. Even,
move on over.
Move over, motherfucker. Make some room. But one of those of even I'm not saying you can't have anybody like that because that's still the type of stuff that makes this entertaining. We wouldn't get stuff like The Fiend if Hollywood FX guys weren't brought in and involved in professional wrestling and everything. But I think you have to at least have the overwhelming majority be guys that are in the wrestling business, that understand it or have put time into it. I think it's nice to have that balance of you have an outside effect because I think that might have been the problem with WCW is everybody was in the business. Everybody was still active in the business when they were doing it, but that might have been more the problem. Sounds a little bit familiar to another company that airs on TNT, but we'll talk about that later. But I think if you get that balance of a guy, like I said, a guy like Randy or a guy like Edge, when you look at it now with Shawn Michaels, with Road Dogg of Christ, if Billy wasn't in AEW, and I know he can still go, but any guy that wants to contribute that way, of a certain mindset, I think is a great asset. Like look at Taker working with a lot of the big guys. You know, it's not a huge public thing, but he's been involved with Omos, with Daba, with Bronson, all of that.
No, absolutely. I mean, experience. There's no, you can't replace experience. You can't. There's no
substitute for it.
No substitute is the word I was looking for. Thank you. WWE built the pillars for WrestleMania 9. Cheers to that one.
I think the Romans or maybe the Greeks might have beat them out on that, but we'll see. The records are still out. The polls are still out. So just what we needed. TK with another belt.
What's the another belt?
I haven't seen another belt.
Oh, well, just because he's got Willow's belt now.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
True saying. But no, that'll be on Ring of Honor. That'll be does New Japan pull the shoestrings on that and say, listen, motherfucker, you ain't putting our belt on your fucking show.
Well, you can put it on.
No, you got Forbidden Door coming up, so you gotta play nice. You gotta play
now,
nice.
If Willow wasn't the actual attended winner of that match, how long does she actually have that belt?
Well, you still got to wait until the next New Japan Strong show. I don't think they defend it.
Oh, no. No.
Most maybe is a pre-show match on Forbidden Door, unfortunately. But
imagine thinking, and you think about TK, imagine hoping, we're getting an update on Cody.
Yeah, I got Saxon with Pierce. I'm telling you, they're going to say he's got like a broken arm or something. He's going to still come out. Now this might be to where you're getting to your version of like the purple titty and everything like that, to where that one was shoot. This one might be kayfabe.
Yes. I might actually get this one right.
Right. But Bronson Reed coming out right now. So, folks, if you haven't done so already, give us your prediction whether you take in Ricochet versus Bronson Reed. Now, is this going to be a match that just sets up Bronson versus Braun? Maybe, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think Bronson's going to beat Ricochet.
But does Ricochet win because Braun gets involved and cost Bronson, and that's how we set up the feud between Bronson and Braun?
Maybe, but generally the baby faces are pretty, you wouldn't expect a baby face to come out and help a baby face in that regard. Maybe after the fact.
Well, we know that they tend to at times, unfortunately, subvert the laws of wrestling and the laws of logic. But
absolutely.
I like this though of Bronson right now cutting a promo backstage, actually in a suit with the shades, saying the guy who should be facing the ring general is Bronson Reed, not Mustafa Ali.
Hey, can you go like stand in the battery aisle? Like, what is this? Do you remember in the 80s they always had like a backdrop? Like
I still like it though. I like it because at least it shows that it's fucking backstage and
True.
It's not a green screen like TK and everything. And so they're giving a reason for this match happening. And I like that of you're giving us a fucking story of action has consequences, Ricochet.
Yeah.
You cost me at the Battle Royal. So that's why we're having a match. I dig it. When often do they actually do that? And normally it's just spin the wheel, make a deal, X person out of catering versus X person out of catering.
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely. And I am taking Bronson Reed, Nick. So
I'll take the fighting Irishman, Ricochet. I gave him the name. I got to stick with him. Although I won't say that, I'll be upset either way.
Ricochet to the body.
I've got it right now to where I like it. He's chopping the big man down. He's going after Bronson's knees, going after the leg. Oh, tries to roll through, gets caught. JV, I know that Boston, but it's stupid. It's like showing the whole movie during the trailer, except you paid $10 for the movie. I don't know what we missed. Y'all can have that. Not even what I'm mad at.
Not necessarily in this case. Ricochet and Trey Miguel, please. Yeah, I'd be all for it.
That's the Spider-Man meme. They just point and look at each other.
Right?
I am you. You are me.
You me.
No, you is blind.
Oh, Boston says it's stupid, and he agrees.
Fair enough. Well, I'll go to A-Town. What up, homie? Of something broken arm.
Ouch, that hurt.
Ouch, there's real. Yeah, fuck. Jason, what up? Vance, what up? Rick, what for a surprise win? There we go. Jason saying they did say Cody has a broken arm. See, I told you, I called it from the second that man hit him with a keg.
They didn't say he had a broken arm. Byron said to.
You paid attention to what Byron said?
Yeah, he said to Pierce. Yeah, I actually hear him now that he's not on the show every week.
You don't hear. He's not on enough, so it stands out a bit more.
Oh, is that what he was saying?
Right.
He asked Adam Pierce if Cody's arm was broken, and he said, "I have no comment about that. I have no comment at this time."
No comment. I plead the fifth.
He did the whole big breath thing to imply.
He went the Chappelle fifth.
Yeah, right.
But Kevin, what up? Man, what up? Zayn and Owens is injured earlier as well. Richard, no, they weren't. Man, we're watching the show, my guy. Like we, unlike some other YouTubers that say that they do these things and everything, we actually watch the show. So, yeah. I don't think this will be a squash. They've been building Ricochet with Braun. Fair enough.
I don't think it'll be a squash either.
No.
Bronson
in the suit looks like Andrade letting himself go during his time off. Oh, you said it. You said it. He said it. Send the hate mail to that man.
Right. Since Cody had a broken arm, more reason to bring back Stardust. How?
Yeah, because then everyone will just lose their goddamn minds if we get Stardust back or we get dashing Cody Rhodes with the fucking mask on or the mustache.
Or the mustache.
Goes back to dark hair Cody.
Right. Keyshawn, dang, that's good.
Larry, what up? We must have been fearing of Larry's here. You always never fear.
That's
Larry
how usually it goes, though, Nick.
Right, I know. Fifth, yeah, fifth.
Bronson Reed for the win. Larry Pierce is no comment himself. There's one of Larry Pierce. Bronson looks like the third member of AOP, little brother.
Well, the only good brother, I guess, apparently. The only one that can actually handle their business. Kofi, what up?
What's going on, Kofi? How you doing? Thank you for coming back. Good to see you.
The only Kofi still active right now in professional wrestling. The other one's on the sidelines.
He has his moments. I like Pierce. I don't know why everybody hates Pierce.
So do you think that they should go back to authority figure, one for Raw, one for SmackDown, one that covers both shows, or what?
Yeah, no, I think it should be one. I think we should have a manager for each show. I would be fine if Pierce was one of them. But yeah, I think you got to divide the shows as much as possible. You got to make it count.
Wow, Heyman kicking off Monday Night Raw is a great way to do that. But when
see how he puts the pass on his phone, the sticker pass of like it says visitor. He's got like the visitor's pass.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did it last week. He had the visitor's pass.
If that's 100%, if you're not like bullshitting me, and he actually did that, that's amazing.
That's what he did.
Such a nice little Easter egg, and I love it.
Instead of the visitor sticker on his chest, he had it on the back of his phone.
Well, because if you go back to Paulie Dangerously, who always had the phone upside his head and everything like that, so that's where you would see it. See, point ahead, look smart.
Right. You got a better chance of getting El Generico than Stardust. It ain't happening.
Touche.
I don't think. I highly don't think it's going to happen.
Right. As I'm back from action.
Shit.
Oh, big ass Samoan drop. 1,
wow,
2, yeah, 2 count.
Yeah, you're just ahead. Just a way bet. I'll be shocked if Randy actually returns, but I know it's probably not going to happen. Listen, I get it, Benjamin. Welcome to the stream, but yeah, he's a legend, and what he's accomplished and what we know he can do, we'd love to see him at least get one more in. Like, I think the place would explode if it was Riddle versus Gunther. And could you imagine that Randy comes out, hits Gunther with an RKO, Riddle wins, and then you actually have, whatever the turn ends up being, whether it's Orton or Riddle, you build that for the IC belt, and then eventually he's gone.
Do you think, though, that now at this point, maybe as, again, Ricochet trying to chop down the fucking tree trunks of Bronson Reed, but that if Randy comes back, do we get heel Orton? And it's one of those, if I only have so much time left, so I'm going to burn everything down before I leave.
That'd be amazing. I'm all for it. All for that. Yes, let's do that. Like, just go and run amok. That's the best Randy Orton.
Oh, this is a fucking good match.
A hell of a match.
Back heel kick, black mass basically from Ricochet, and then a standing shooting star press into a springboard moonsault.
And Reed, relatively no selling everything.
To think, though, that at one point, Ricochet and Will Ospreay were on par on the independent wrestling scene, and how far Ospreay's been built up to here through New Japan, and how Ricochet's stayed stagnant with WWE.
That's a very interesting point, right? When people argue about you want to go to the WWE. Now, people would say, well, Ricochet's probably making more money and doing better things.
Bet on yourself sometimes, folks. It pays off in the end.
Yeah, it's a valid point, right?
Because, that's what got me into both guys is those matches between the two of them. That's my fucking place
for a lot of people.
My fucking wow.
What?
Huge mid-air V-trigger on a Bronson Reed, and the way he sat there and just
right. Kevin Patrick stealing your gimmick.
Right. Well, I mean, sometimes you got to imitate the goats. Everybody shows up at a fucking a YMCA or anything like that with a 23 on the back because they're still trying to play like Jordan. So
I want Orton versus Riddle for Mania. Interesting.
Would be a fantastic match, I feel.
Yeah, I think so.
Bronson's going up top with Ricochet just splat, but he's crawling to his. Oh, and I like that of 3 count as Ricochet was crawling. He had turned over and he was still trying to crawl, and you thought he was going to get
selling it.
He fails back over. Is when Bronson Reed just slams right down on top of him.
That was fucking beautiful, man. You're not wrong.
So far, I have been thoroughly impressed with Monday Night Raw tonight. We're a half hour
into you up. I like it.
But it's been good.
Perfect. Great match. Both guys, I mean, Ricochet looks outstanding as usual. And Bronson looks like a beast, an absolute beast.
Now I'll pose the question to you and to the
Jesus.
audience of
The slow-mo on the drop, though, dude. I'm sorry.
It's like watching the heavy kid at the fucking summer camp do a dive off the top board.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
But before I take a pause for the cause here, but I'll pose this question and then I'll pause. Was this match better because they gave a little bit of a story behind it before the match kicked off? It's 10-second promo with Bronson Reed, but it gave a reason for it versus just spin the wheel.
Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate when there is that element to it. I mean, we can do it, and often if you're defending the WWE, you're explaining to people like, oh, it's about the stories and it's about the angles. And yeah, but when you get like 21 minutes of wrestling in a 3-hour show, it's hard to digest. Oh, we got Apollo Crews in the house, folks. He's throwing love out to Cody. Wow, Dom Mysterio walking up to cut off Apollo Crews. Who would have thunk it? Apollo who? Apollo who? I'm everything that you're not. I don't care what anyone says. Dialed in. These two together are dialed the fuck in. All the way in. Pause. Oh. All right. Apollo interrupting Rhea. You don't interrupt mommy. Jesus. Yeah, everything but over. Right, Dom Dom? Yeah, mommy. All right, so we just set up Apollo Crews versus Dominic Mysterio because you don't interrupt mommy, folks. I like that segment. I'm okay with everything I just witnessed. I don't care what anybody says. What money say? Gamer, WWE has cruiserweights wrestle just like the heavyweights. It doesn't work for everybody. They wasted some real talent. Money, I've said this a million times. What did Boston say in return? Exactly, Money. Give the cruiserweights their own belt and time to shine on Raw. It would elevate your product. Listen, I don't say this very often, but take a page out of WCW's book. Yeah, I said it. But you start that second hour or you start the third hour with a really good cruiserweight match. And people will hang around. It worked back then. I imagine it will work now. And to what C Money said, that's always been the problem. When you did light heavyweights, you had it was just the little guys wrestling like the big guys. You know, we were getting fucking headlocks and punching and not a whole lot of high flying. It got really boring because it was just the smaller athletes doing what the bigger guys did consistently. A little bit by in parts on 205, we got a little more high flying, a little more energy, a little more bounce, but it was too few and far between. They have more than enough talent. They've had more than enough talent, but they still do have a solid amount of guys and girls, if you wanted to do a girls one, but that could fill a cruiserweight division and help give us a reason to have more wrestling matches on your 3-hour show. I'm all for it. All for it. Yeah, poor Apollo. Just never over. Never cruiserweight champion. WWE should bring back, in my opinion. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I think a lot of people feeling that way. I will say, though, Ricochet should be treated like Mysterio. This guy should be elevated. Ray never had the mic skills, so that's not an excuse. to why Ricochet couldn't do that. Listen, I think Ricochet would be outstanding. I have no issue with Ricochet getting a push, and again, if you're making that world title kind of your workhorse title, and it's somebody like Seth that has the belt, Ricochet Seth, okay, sign me up. I'll pay for that one. Why not? So you have Ricochet, I think he's doing okay right now. They're keeping him busy with Braun. I think people are more positive about Braun and Ricochet than aren't. I think they're all right. They play that perfect opposite, guys. So I'm give it time. I'm optimistic is what I'm looking for here. Rhea Ripley is one of the best wrestlers in the business, period. Keyshawn, no bullshit. 100%, sir. Rhea is one of the best doing it. She gets it, feels authentic. She has a chip on her shoulder. When she steps to somebody like an Apollo or a Solo, nobody goes like, oh, this is stupid. They're like, fight, do it. Because you think she'll kick his ass. And what her and Dom have accomplished, I don't care what anybody says. If people want to put blinders on and not watch the show, just say, oh, it's Ray's kid, he's shit, da-da-da-da. Dominic was stale as shit as that babyface partner to his dad. They have found gold with this, and it works. It works. I was highly entertained by that whole segment. Even Apollo was all right in this segment. I feel like Apollo's got to find his authenticity, right? He comes off too much of he's acting. He's reading a script. He sounds nervous when the microphone's in front of him. And again, it doesn't have to be his forte. The guy can wrestle in the ring, but you have to find a way to connect with the crowd. Come up with something. It's Dum Dum. Rey Mysterio versus Apollo Crews. Dum Dum. Temple Plays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wrestling for Life Network. Gunther versus Bronson Reed at Money in the Bank would be great. Sir, I wouldn't begrudge it a little bit. I'd be all for it. Now, to keep everybody up to date on the show right now, we do have Corey Graves' second part of his sit-down with Seth Rollins. And I want to address something about this because one of the podcasts we talked about on this show, I feel like the point went right over his head. So I want to help rectify something. What's up, Jordan Smith? How you doing? Welcome back. Good to see you. He doesn't like Roman Reigns. I have love for him, but I don't like him. Hornswoggle, the final cruiserweight champ in WWE. There you go. That says it all, folks. Woo! Wow, he has no respect for him. Poisoned by his own ego. You could use Raw exclusive tournament to build a guy like Ricochet or Priest. True story. True story. They could have, but they still can. Well, not anymore. But yeah, Nick, I think finding things like a King of the Ring, finding moments where you can highlight a Priest, a Ricochet, a lot of those guys that we feel like could go to the next level and are just in that middle. Bronson. All right. So really good promo, really good interview with Seth. Cody Rhodes should win the New World Heavyweight Championship. Kevin, no! Cody's going to stay as far away from that. He should avoid that shit like the plague. If Seth wins it and if he's in the building with Seth or AJ actually, and the belt's coming down the hallway, he should change directions. Cody needs to be nowhere near that consolation prize. Imagine an absolute barn burner of a match between Balor and Ricochet or Seth versus Ricochet and so on. I want it. Yeah. And if you build him as that underdog, the guy that just takes a beating, he gets in the ring and he takes a beating, but he's resilient. He doesn't quit, won't, long two fall, long two fall, long two fall, and just keep kicking out of everything. Now we're getting some old gymnasium footage. AJ talking about Seth Rollins as he tells the world a 19-year-old Seth is the future of wrestling. Tyler Black. Ricochet was great in the temple as Prince Puma. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. So was Santos Escobar as King Cerno. Yeah, and outstanding matches, man. That's the thing. Like, talented wrestlers who we've seen in other avenues. Now, I like Santos getting a whole lot of love right now, and the LWO thing's working like really well.
Absolutely. The wall was working fantastic. Again, when you were saying with Seth, I just kept thinking, no respect. I got no respect.
No respect. The thing, okay, so we were talking about Seth last week explained, like, if I never threw that chair shot, where would we be? And I heard Jim and Brian talking about it on their funny podcast.
Interesting, because I heard this earlier today.
Yeah. So, and it just makes me, it kind of shook my head that such a simple point went over Jim's head, as far as Seth is basically saying he was the catalyst for all three careers from that point on. Multiple world titles, the Bloodline, the AEW champion, I suppose. But he's saying if he never threw that chair shot, maybe they would have never got there. And I thought that was pretty clear.
Well, touche, but he did also, his stance on, like, about winning the new World Heavyweight Championship and everything was a little clunky, was a little awkward. Like, it's not without fault of, but as we're getting Raw talk last Monday, we're getting Priest and Nakamura squaring up.
I got distracted by Nakamura going Bad Bunny.
He's always good for like that. I always loved still of like, sorry, no speak English.
I like that a lot when he ran with that
AJ Styles, as he's like winking the whole time.
Yeah, but the whole time he's staring at you like, in a second I could rip your heart out of your chest. But I'm gonna play stupid.
Literally, you fucking Shaolin, 36 chambers, Wu-Tang there, just and just one punch.
Wait, what?
So we've got Finn and Priest backstage.
Did just go into forget he was not in Puerto Rico anymore? What happened there?
Who I know?
I thought for whatever reason, Damian Priest goes off on Byron.
Well, I mean, you still had Zelina coming out in pretty much straight up the Puerto Rico gear.
It's true. But
Priest got attacked by the Judgment Day. No, Richard. Always good.
I'm picking on it. I just go over it.
No, it's just funny to me. It's funny.
I just give him. This man's crazy.
No, he's like all the dirt sheets. He's our Dave Meltzer of just throwing shit at the wall and hoping what sticks.
Some of them do. Look, we got Nakamura and Balor. Yes, we do.
Right. No, we're getting a women's tag match. I'm getting Candice LeRae coming out right now.
Yeah, you're that much ahead of me.
Sorry. Yeah,
so I'm getting Candice LeRae entering the building as we speak.
Is she not somebody that you thought they could do so much more with?
No.
Oh, no, we're getting Candice. Really?
No, I know Candice's history, but in NXT, I never thought she really stood out as like an individual talent.
But that's because she was in the WWE product. I'm surprised you're not a huge fan because she was kind of Ali before Ali.
Yeah, I like Ali better.
Something about her,
She's just so, I don't know, too peachy key, but trying to play edgy. I don't fucking know.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I just haven't, since she came to the WWE, I haven't had much like, oh, here's Candice.
But that to me was what I was saying is what I think is the problem of that. the squeak eater, they've polished her up too much
maybe.
to where she's out here in the pixie feathers and everything. Like,
Yeah.
this is the same woman I saw have intergender tag matches, and you're getting pictures of her in the magazines of her gushing on the side of her face.
Yeah, like
so,
if they went,
where's that Candace?
Yeah, if she was more edgy and a little more like the indie Candace that we had, where give us the smeared makeup and the ripped pantyhose, like let's go.
Right. See, Poison Pixie is lame.
Yep.
Weak sauce, but we are in commercial again. So that's what, 3 commercial breaks in 45 minutes.
There's been a lot of downtime for the last little bit here, and the show really, and I don't like it at, like, we're getting towards that top of the hour. Let's make this move. Like, we started off so well.
This has got to be a quick match. I feel it's going to be interesting to see what starts the top of the hour. I think it's either going to be Finn and Nakamura. Would be not a bad shout. That would be my show. Yeah. But to me, at least the commercial breaks haven't been, to my recollection. Granted, vitamins play a part in this, but they haven't been during the matches. They normally kind of they've left the matches by themselves. If it gets hard when you get into a match and then there's a commercial break, like right when you get to a high spot, and then it's another commercial break.
On a show, like imagine like you go to a basketball game, a hockey game, and like you say, like a couple minutes in, like you said with the concert analogy, right? Like 2 songs in, you just have to sit there and do nothing for a few minutes. Like we're supposed to get excited, like, oh, we got a power play coming up, like we're
right, and then they
what the fuck?
we just played our number 1 favorite song, and now we'll show you a replay of our concert footage from last week when we were in San Antonio, Texas.
It does take that momentum out. Like we're hoping for the matches more than anything else. I know we love the stories and angles, but like I said with Bray Wyatt, it's got to lead to the ring. All the best stories, generally led to, and then they had a really good match. Or that match was amazing because the buildup was outstanding.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, a prime example to me, and it's one of my favorite feuds, is when you had Triple H and you had Cactus, when Mick Foley went back into, and I think you know him well, and you had the street fight at Royal Rumble, you had the No Way Out at 2000, the Hell in a Cell, of not only did the story outside the ring play into that enough, but the matches that they had just did nothing but elevate it. They were symbiotic, I guess is the best way that I could put it. They worked perfectly in harmony together, versus either they'll have a fantastic match and it's a shit story, or it'll be a fantastic story and a shit match, or they're both terrible.
Right. I'm not a fan of Candice or Johnny. Yeah, I mean, I know even in NXT when people were like, Johnny wrestling, I was like, he's all right.
I haven't been a fan of Johnny since he came back.
The Wade never did shit for me. Not
that's where I lost it. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Him at home freaking out.
We're getting a nice little video package here for Zoe Stark, showing she's a badass. She's out here on the motorbike.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic tap out commercial. Did I freeze or did you freeze? Because right now, okay, you fix back up, because for a minute I just had you smiling, just man was loving life.
No, I did freeze.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, this is 100% a tap out, a Reebok commercial. We're just getting cinematic shots of Zoe working out as she goes through, and it's showing her whooping ass in NXT, which to Zoe Stark, to Zoe's credit, she's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Like I say, man, I keep saying it. If you did something like this when you're bringing in Vikingo for 2 weeks, and then everyone knows why we should pay attention, or Jay White,
next week is that's all you need, right? After the end of that.
Like 2 or 3 of these for a few weeks, and then it goes from like coming soon to almost here to next week on Dynamite, and build people up that way.
Right? Just don't go too far. Don't go like what they did with Veer to where it became a meme. Don't go too far.
Well, yeah, don't get lost on the way. Don't become a Veer.
Shitty GPS. Don't borrow Veer's GPS. Good to know.
Right? Dude, we're not
like Homer Simpson. Do not touch Willie. Good advice.
Pause.
But so I've got Zoe Starks in the ring. So give us your predictions, folks, whether you're taking Zoe Starks or Candice LeRae. Oh, right out of the gate.
Ooh, look at this man.
Another female competitor that's been hampered a bit by knee injuries is Zoe Stark, as she's out here already with the knee brace on.
Oh, shit. Wasting no time.
Oh, big high kick. Or step up Enziguri. See money. Zoe had a match with Nikki Cross last week.
Yes.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Now, I'm trying to think. I feel like Candice upset somebody. Like Candice's last match, she took a W. It was a while ago, though.
That's the thing is you tell me the last Candice match, and I'll just believe you. So, but so who are you taking, sir? Are you taking Candice? Or you taking Zoe? Zoe, I'll agree with you on that.
I feel like you got to build this lady up, and she looks like a badass.
Right,
she looks ready to go. Zoe and Rhea have a nice little, has a nice feel to it on paper.
Right. Oh, and Nikki's at ringside with Candice here. Or did she just show up?
Yeah,
she showed up, and now she's back to crazy Nikki, though.
Yeah.
There's no more almost a wrestler.
No. But I hate when they try and turn the crazy Nikki into like this cheering baby face.
They don't know what to do with her.
Well, fuck.
I cite you like how many examples from TNA? Christ, even AEW's managed to do this same type of character better, to be honest. Right. I was just David, Dom Mysterio should eventually unseat Gunther and have a honky tonk band run with the IC strap. You say no? I mean, the man's got heat right now. Oh,
I just can't. Visually, I think Gunther should smack the shit out of Dom, right? Like, it's so hard to go. Yeah,
he wins on a surprise roll up, a sneak, small package.
Yeah, it'd have to be something like that where he plays chicken shit for quite a while, takes a whole lot of beating, and then steals one.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Zoe knocking everybody out now.
He's got more heat than anybody. Oh,
Nikki even took the bump.
So, Nikki Cross is forcing herself on Candice mid-match for some reason.
As Zoe picks up the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no kidding.
Chef, I'm here, lad.
I'd like to see the ref say, "Hey, Nikki, get out of here."
Yeah, what happened to people getting thrown out at ringside and everything?
I really like
it. Sorry, David.
I like the finisher. What's that?
I was just letting David know because he thought it was going to be McIntyre. I just let him know that was Riddle. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's definitely Riddle.
Right. But we were talking about people getting thrown out at ringside.
Well, I'm getting a replay of that. Go to sleep. It's really nice with the tilt-a-whirl touch to it.
Yeah, the kind of explode out. The KOD into go to sleep.
Zoe Starks reminds me a bit of Jazz. I say put her with Ronda, Shayna, and Deville as a group. Dun, dun, dun.
That's not a bad shout.
We like our factions.
Well, the man in charge of creative has been in more factions than anybody. I guess speaking of factions, we're down to one. We're down to like the Diamond Mine as we're getting a replay or a preview for NXT tomorrow night, which we'll be here live covering, folks. So absolutely, I see about 50 people kicking around. So if you have not done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We do this for anything and everything. We're just here damn near 7 hours last night watching GCW and New Japan. We're back at it like a jackrabbit, watching Monday Night Raw. And so far, I'd still say that it's been a pretty solid, really good episode of Monday Night Raw. And a nice show. I don't know if it's a great go-home show for them going to Saudi Arabia, but it's a Saudi show. But we'll be back at it tomorrow for NXT, Wednesday night Dynamite, Thursday night covering Impact with special guest host and new friend of the fam, new part of the channel, all of that. We got the TikTok now, thanks to her. We're going to be having the Facebook group coming up and everything like that. Miss Luna Havoc. And then we're back at it for Friday. We've got Under Siege and SmackDown and maybe Rampage if the playoffs don't move it around. And then we're going to be here with NXT Battleground, Double or Nothing, Night of Champions. We got you covered, like I said, for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. So if you have not done so already, you're being a bad friend by not letting your friends know about us. And do us a solid. Hit that like button, hit that bell notification, drop a subscribe. All of that. What time is the Saudi show on East Coast? Give me one quick second because I know KJ already put it up. So I'll let you know when we'll be live for it, which means we'll probably be like an hour even before the pre-show, I feel. But we'll be here at noon on the 27th for Night of Champions. And then, like I said, be back here on the 28th at 3 o'clock for Double or Nothing. And then still at 8 o'clock that same night, we've got Battleground kicking off as well. So absolutely, it's not a joke. It's not a gimmick of nobody out there watches as much professional wrestling as we do. And nobody covers it the way that we do. So be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. What? Noontime. Yes, Gilly, what up? One. So, like I said, we'll be here. We're your pre-show before the pre-show because, you know, we just love chatting with y'all. But there's so much going on, and we got a busy weekend, so we got plenty to talk about, folks. So we'll be here at noon. Pre-show kicks off at 1, or at least it might be the main show, but we'll be here at noon. So that's what you need to know about. Anyways, what if Sami gets... I'm not going to touch that, David, because we're not going to talk about that one. C-Money, you are the best. Kevin, what am I? What are we? Chop liver. I kid. Ratnick, you're welcome. But I am in commercial break right now, folks. Monday Night Raw should bring back Raw Roulette for at least one Raw show. And what we're going to have Eric Bischoff host it too again. That's where we're going to go. We're going to go into a Cyber Sunday pay-per-view, a Taboo Tuesday. I'd rather see that be an NXT thing if they bring back a Taboo Tuesday or a Cyber Sunday, then we get back to the awful Raw Roulette. No, we're not going to talk about that anyways. Terrence, what up? Shayna and Ronda are the real mean girls. Yeah, true say. Well, and I'm not sure if Ronda's still technically injured. Or if she's still nursing it or what, but I think that her whole plan has gotten thrown off with that. But sorry, I've gotten distracted by they're hyping up John Cena in the new Fast X, and congratulations to Dave Bautista for the #2 movie worldwide. As I've got Mustafa Ali backstage with Byron, and I think this is the most I've seen Byron work in a hot minute. Bobby, get to the chopper. Yeah, do it. Listen to me. KJY, Big Nick are the best. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Kevin. We only the best because you the best. What? Do you think Orange Cassidy loses the title to Kyle Fletcher? No. I think there's very much going to be a focus of Orange Cassidy when it comes to Collision. I know with adding the new show, a lot of people had already thought of, so this just means Tony can make more belts. So he can just have more things and more and more. But I really want them to see to where they split championships across brands. So I think there's trying to put a focus and put an emphasis and build up the international championship, the formerly known as the All Atlantic Championship. Brock's walking out right now and just literally looks at Ali and get a life, kid, and he just walks off. God damn. Walker, Texas, Brock Ranger is 100% one of, if not my favorite characters in personalities, athletes, what have you, in pro wrestling. And honestly, I think at this point might be best Brock. Might be better than UFC fighter coming back Brock, might be better than the Beast Incarnate, might be better than the next big thing is fucking just Cowboy Brock. Because this man clearly does not give a sugar honey iced tea about anybody or your damn feelings. As I got completely sidetracked by my point. Chef, yes, T's and P's for Mercedes and Liv and Dakota. And I feel like I need to keep saying and then. Like, dude, where's my car? Cat of Life, yes. That's Brock's equivalent to CM Punk's Go Touch Grass. That's 100% that I'm sure will be clipped and on 1,000 TikToks and reels and everything. And hey, it might even be on one of our TikToks. So you need to Click all the links we got, folks. But I've got Brock Lesnar out right now with a microphone. Love that line by Brock Lesnar. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, he just, he might need to go check himself in the bathroom. I think that might have been why he walked off there, because I'm not going to lie. If Brock Lesnar was coming up to me and even was polite and smiling, I'd still be a little bit shaken. So we're kicking the... yes. I love it. So right at the start of the top of the hour, you even get the little placard in the corner. Brock turns around and cuts. So
Hershey,
what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? I like it.
Unfortunately, Cody will not be out here tonight. And it's this Brock is still, like I said it while you were on a pause, this to me is best Brock of. Even now, you get used to his squeaky voice a little bit, that the voice doesn't match the look, but it's not the ragey, squeaky, squealy.
He's not Mike Tyson, for fuck's sake.
You're being offensive to Mike Tyson?
I love Mike.
I was going to say, that's a man that still to this day, much like Brock, terrifies me. You could be smiling at everything. You're still getting, it's like being in the room with 1,000-pound tiger.
Right.
Good kitty. Good kitty.
Did we say hi to Chef?
I think we said hi to everybody, but if we didn't, if we haven't said hi to you already, hi, how you doing?
Open challenge to fight me at Night of Champions.
Drew McIntyre.
Know what I like, though? Brock came out without music. His music started late.
He sat there and waited for the music to start.
Yeah, like, come on now.
All right.
But Riddle came out without music.
This has felt... Oh, Cody! Cody's out here.
Cody.
This is hard times, baby. You will not stop me. I do like this. And this has so much more of a Hunter feel and of this is what would be on a Monday Night Raw when Hunter was on the show.
Yeah, no, we're good with it. I like this, but I mean, I hope we get some in-ring action soon.
We are. It's just going to involve Cody getting thrown from fucking pillar to post here.
Right. And I will say this. I mean, it is a go-home show. They're definitely building these angles. Cody with like more ice. Like, can I put my beer in there?
Right. This man's got a whole cooler. Oh, it was all. I get it. Because I was like, Cody's taking it all off. Is it all just a facade? No, he's showing the bruise and everything. And then Brock takes off the hat to show the fucking scar. Right. I like this. And Brock instantly locks in the Kimura. Let's go. Like I said, that's where you're going to. This is fucking good. He's just wrenching on it. And Brock's the type of guy that he literally can snap it if he wanted to.
Listen, guys, I know the people, they never explained why. I don't give a fuck why anymore. I'm perfectly happy with this angle. And if you can't see past the why, who gives a shit? Like, come on, take your head out of your ass and enjoy the show.
Right.
Oh,
does the Joker need a reason to fuck with Batman? No, but he just does it. That's what I feel like this is a bit with Brock and Cody of like, Brock's just fucking terrifying. This has been nothing but good.
This is shown it.
Scary cowboy Brock Lesnar.
Like Cody can't fight at Night of Champions.
And stomped on it too.
It's perfect heel work. Where's all the security?
They're all there though. That's the thing is because again though, it sells that they're even scared to sit there and try and get involved. But granted, at least put a fucking do something, give an effort. Oh no, it's just fucking Pierce. Did the security just? Yeah, they're all just standing at the ramp. Froze in fear.
Are you done now, Mr. Lesnar? Can we go home now, Mr. Lesnar?
Right. Thank you, Mr. Lesnar. May I have another? I like the sign though. We will, Brock you. But this is them recreating the purple pack?
Fuck chance? Sorry.
No, I think they might be. I think the crowd volume might have just gotten turned down a little bit. They're in PA, which is not that far from Philadelphia. So, but is this them recreating the purple titty?
Yeah,
The pec injury of we're going to make a kayfabe one, so it makes him the sympathetic comeback kid.
Is it too much? No,
I would say no, because everything that they've done, you would believe would actually really fucking hurt his arm.
It's more believable that Brock Lesnar breaks his arm than doesn't in that situation.
Oh, absolutely. And it's one of those is because you can see it, you believe it a bit more than when Cody just showed up. Like, that's probably part of why you had a hard time believing it, is because Cody got it from just working out, and he just happened to show up on his Instagram feed with a little bruise around his titty. So this now, you believe everything that's would affect this man's arm. You believe that if someone took a keg to your arm against a garage door, it might break it. You believe that Brock Lesnar could snap your arm like a fucking twig if you wanted to.
Yep.
You believe that having someone like that stomp on your arm after it's already been bruised and everything might do even more damage.
Oh, absolutely. I think and again, Brock understands the cadence of what he's doing. Like he holds that arm for a while, and then that extra little crank, and everyone goes, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Well, because I think everybody knows what a Kimura looks like when it goes a little too far. You can ask Tim Silva about that and everything. When you really lock it in and you just see that snap.
Right.
And everybody's like, are we going to actually see this? Because I might need to look away.
Right.
Like A-Town, medic.
Yeah, medic. Thank you for clicking away. I didn't even realize what I had clicked on. I hadn't read it yet.
Fair enough. See, and even Larry, medic. Ratnick, I need medical.
Man down. Cody in distress.
Right. SOS, Cody in distress.
Great minds, Larry. No, I completely agree. I think people really got hung up on, like, you didn't explain why. And now all the times that we watch Brock Lesnar come storming down to the ring and win a Money in the Bank, or just beat somebody just because, or fuck up a title run because he's back.
Right. But do you still believe that, like, regardless of the initial reason why, at this point now you have your reason why. Cody beat Brock, and Cody can gush Brock in that match and left him with a big ass scar. And so now Brock just wants to have a fight with him. And that's why you got him. I know the way they got there could have been a little different, but you had him that moment when he's got Cody up by the head and everything like that. And he's cutting a promo right into the cam and everything like that. That's a terrifying moment. Yeah. Everything with this is Brock Lesnar going back to scary Brock Lesnar instead of,
and I think,
okay, Corral, there's a snake in my boots, Brock Lesnar.
And I think this is a way for them to beat Cody. Cody is going to lose at Night of Champions. Go buy your tissues now, ladies and gentlemen.
Bobby asked, will he make it there?
He'll make it there. He'll try and fight through. Be that, I can do it. And Brock just rips his arm. We might not get a long match at all.
No, I think, like I said, if we're gonna get and that's what it plays into. Of even if you didn't have this, like we had just a moment ago, we would still it still plays into anytime Brock could try and get into Kimura, it's gonna play into that because it's that same arm. It's anytime Cody's gonna try and hit the crossroads, it's that same arm. It's playing into that whole story. It's like Sean being known for the super kick, and then he's got a calf injury or something.
Yeah. So there you go. Brock laughing at him the whole time, like when the bully knows that nobody can fucking deal with it. Like he's just like, I can be arrogant as I want. Nobody's gonna fuck me up.
Right. It's just, you dumb son of a bitch.
It instantly goes after the arm, drags him down into the Kimura, and just cinches it.
100%.
Like the way and they zoom in on this, like
and Brock Lesnar's legitimacy helps sell this exponentially.
That's what I just said. It's more realistic that Brock put him in a Kimura and broke his arm than Brock put him in a Kimura and didn't break his arm.
Absolutely. Well, it's a bit like a prime example of Ronda with an armbar.
Yep.
that there was a point to where you didn't even have to see how vicious it was. Like when she put it on Steph, she just went out of frame with Steph's arm, and you instantly figured it was broken.
Yeah, it's over. Van's not feeling the vibe though. Shit. We tried.
You need to have more of them vitamins. You need to start smoking that Brock Lesnar pack.
I don't think he's playing possum. I think he tried to play possum. You were close, Richard, this time.
Shoosh, Richard. Shoosh. Just shoosh. As I've got, it's just Chad Gable. Oh, no, it's both. Oh, and Otis has Maxine Dupuis on her arm.
On his arm? Oh, yeah, I guess.
Arm. Whatever. You know what I meant.
Okay.
Vitamins.
She looks great. Where did they find the duct tape? Even more to your point earlier, they're really getting over the idea that Cody has a big out for this match, which necessitates the rematch when Cody goes over 50-50 booking. Yeah, pretty much. I think it's tit for tat. I think Cody wins. Everyone's surprised. Brock comes out, destroys him. The champion's got to get over it. It's kind of every Rocky movie we've ever seen, right? One win, one
it's
win,
amazing
one
how
win.
Speaking of the comparisons, and we talked about the pillars earlier. It's amazing how WWE can do a Rocky movie better than AEW, to where half the roster may have not seen a Rocky movie.
That's just one guy. You think Nakamura Finn will be the main event or Riddle KO? I think definitely the 6-man.
Yeah.
There's the implications there.
The implications.
And SmackDown's taped, and I know some spoilers are already out there. I have not seen them. I'm trying to avoid them. Y'all make it hard.
Yeah. Well, that's what the IWC is good for, of just being pissed at things that they ruined themselves. But I've got the Viking Raiders and Valhalla coming out right now. Sorry.
Just back that quick. Brock versus Rollins versus Styles. Nah, that's a long ways away. I don't know if we'll be there for that.
Well, we could still see to where Brock is eyeing that championship, because he did look at it. He did give it a bit of the side eye at one time. So
now
he can't challenge Roman. He can't challenge Roman.
That's true. And Seth does have a title win over Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm. What a way to put over a heel babyface, or maybe right off a babyface for a little bit while he goes and shoots a Marvel film.
Fuck off with that Marvel film shit.
I gotta play hate you.
He's probably done. He's probably completely done all his filming that he needs to film.
He was there for 2 days. Everyone's like, he's a star,
right? Like, oh no, he's what the fuck?
Seth Rollins, the new Loki in Marvel,
right? Like,
but we've got the Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. So let us know who you're taking, folks.
It's like Sasha was in The Mandalorian. Yeah, kind of.
For 10 seconds.
Like, fuck, I'm so tired of hearing this shit. But yeah, no, I mean, whatever their plan is. But the minute, if Brock did decide to walk down the aisle to Seth, who's holding the belt, you instantly get that gut, like, oh, so if you can survive that, it's good for you as champion.
Oh, absolutely. And still, it would be a next big, huge moment. Or even then, it doesn't have to be a Brock. What if it's a Drew McIntyre? He just walks out there, or just Seth holds up the championship, and then he turns around and right into a claymore.
That's what I want. Right at the end of Night of Champions, everybody's celebrating, brand new belt, kick in the face. Here comes Drew.
Right.
But and you run the risk of Drew losing that first one, but he's got to make a statement.
Absolutely. I like this. Can we get KP off commentary? Will you just, like we've said, if you just mute the show and just watch us, we got you covered.
I mean, the good news is he doesn't say much. We don't have to talk over him a lot.
Yeah, it's mostly Corey, unfortunately, that we have to talk over. If you had JR out there, you would have him call him that dirty son of a bitch.
He's going to break his arm. He's going to break his arm.
Right? I think still one of the best calls is when, like, Kane's going to chokeslam like Tor, and he's like, do it, you bastard. Send her straight to hell. And even King's like having to be like, calm down, Jay.
Yeah, easy, Jay. Yeah, no, it makes me laugh, but that's what wrestling lacks from the commentary is the guy who's emotionally telling you the story. He's not doing play-by-play like a sports announcer, but he's guiding, he's narrating the story you're watching.
Right. And so any wrestling promotions, especially Paul, Tony, I know you probably tuning in, Tony. So anybody out there that's looking or whatever, our socials going right below you and everything like that. Reach out, be a friend, tell a friend. I feel like we got you covered for that. Like I said,
all those collision tapings are in Canada. I can make it.
I was going to say, my guy, like,
I could be
you want to help move some tickets, we can help you hook it up here.
That's hilarious. They need help.
They fucking sure as shit do.
Otis doesn't have a neck. Does anyone else notice that? No, Otis does not have a neck.
That means you can't get choked out. It's a defense mechanism.
Otis looks like somebody put a singlet on a butterball turkey.
He looks like if Chris Farley was starring in a movie as a professional wrestler.
Fair enough.
KJ was right. Cody did have a beer cooler on his arm. Yeah.
That was the biggest. Like, did you get all the ice?
He took the whole bar from his hotel room and just put the whole mini bar and just put it in that fucking sling there.
Right. Gable fighting out of the corner.
Larry saying Cody censored himself. What? Jesus. Hello, Heather. I was up there in the comment section for half a second, and it's like coming down off Mount Everest there, everything below there. But right, I will remind everybody.
No, I didn't.
Go ahead. But I was going to say, I will remind everybody that we do have the super chat, the super stickers. If you want to make sure we read your comment instead of typing it 18,000 times, we got the super chats, we got the super stickers to get your point across. And if you want to just help support the channel. I like this. Vitamins help.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I can just still read it. Larry's just saying vitamins help. And yes, they always help on many occasions. We are very much a vitamin-friendly show here.
Uh-huh.
Brought to you by Flintstone Vitamins. By Flintstone Vitamins.
Flintstone Vitamins.
Yeah. Oh, Caterpillar.
You're
not a fan of a caterpillar? You're more of a butterfly guy? You're a bit more of a butterfly guy?
Right. I just... it is what it is.
Blind tag by Gable.
Is that true?
What?
Miz holds records for the most losses in wrestling? Makes sense.
Well, I mean, are we counting house shows and all of that? I mean, Brian Myers had a whole gimmick to where he had 200 plus losses without a single win. Brooklyn Brawler, 141 in a row. Brooklyn Brawler, damn near, if he isn't, should be a Hall of Famer for jobbing. So,
this makes sense. The model is yelling at Valhalla. Yeah, okay.
Well, no, she got scared off there.
Yeah, good idea.
Oh. Hey.
Wow. Gable, the Viking Raiders still suck.
Absolutely. Apple Academy picks up the win as we have the double team, that affects, that dumps one of the Raiders off the top rope, the bridging suplex onto Eric by Gable.
This fucking story, bro.
There is no story.
It's the drizzling shit. It's completely like we're still carrying on. Of like originally they were gonna break up over Maxine. Now they're all just one big happy family. But the models aren't around ever, and the Vikings can't beat fucking anything. They haven't rated nothing but a fridge. They have the fullest fridge in wrestling.
Val Howard did nothing. I like this. That we've got.
Oh, I saw Cody.
Yeah, we had Saxton outside Cody's locker room and everything, and then Pierce comes rushing in, and you literally see as the door shutting of Cody coming at Pierce, and he sends Pierce packing to get the fuck out of my locker room.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I thought Cody was trying to go back after him. I'm like, all right, enough of this shit.
No,
enough, Cody.
The definition of insanity is repeating the same action and expecting a different outcome.
Yeah, now you're just pissing me off because you're dumb.
Right, but we've got Nakamura Skywalker coming out right now.
Right. We're going to get a bit of a sing-along in place of no Seth.
You can't tell me it's not a banger theme.
Oh, it's unreal.
That's a wrestling
I even like his AR, which I hate AR.
Even non-wrestling fans will dig it.
Yeah. Like, I generally don't give two shits about the additional AR flying around the screen and shit, but Nakamura's whole entrance is wicked, and they gave him his spotlight back. which was important to me.
Yeah, it's a little rainbowy with the fucking AR and the visuals and everything. Like I said, he's got a little bit of an Anakin Skywalker outfit that he keeps coming out with and everything.
Yeah,
I like when he had a bit more of the Michael Jackson flair and everything, but
right.
I'll take the the ring rope drop and everything.
But they took that away, right? And it was such a good part of the entrance. So
right.
a while there, he didn't come in. He would drop, but they wouldn't spotlight it. They were just like, "Fuck you, who are you?" Now they're right back to the drop, and I appreciate it.
Well, he got linked up with Boogs, and now that's LA Knight's curse to bear, I guess.
Yeah, right. Well, not really.
He's still in a feud with them. We're getting that on Friday night. I was almost going to say tomorrow night. On Friday night. LA Knight versus Boogs.
This group reminds me of Charlie Haas, Rico, and Jackie.
That's not a bad shout at all. I know it's such a fucking like wrestling universe. No, I remember exactly everybody. Charlie Haas,
I know. I remember Charlie and Rico.
Jackie with X-Pac, Kane's girlfriend. Or no,
Jackie had the thing on her face?
Yeah, I was thinking of Tori.
Yeah, remember Jackie had the thing on her face? And Boogeyman
No, that was Nydia.
Oh, that was Nydia. No, was it Nydia? Yeah, she had the. Okay.
Yeah, this is how you know we're of a certain vintage. We're going back to the original Tough Enough with like Maven. Yeah. Hands up if you remember Maven.
And
make sure you take your ibuprofen or your vitamins or whatever before. Make sure you stretch before you go to bed tonight, so you don't pull something.
Is he not like a minister? Like, does he not do weddings and shit? And I feel like he did someone's wedding.
To be honest, I'm technically in online services. I'm an ordained minister, so I could do weddings. So that ain't saying shit.
Dudism. That's my favorite shit ever.
And the Universal Life Church. I can marry you in 2 religions, folks.
There you go, folks.
So we will take a Wrestling for Life Network officiated wedding.
We will send you our PayPal link, and Nick will show up.
Imagine
and marry you.
You pronounce so and so to be your lawfully what, and why?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it would be. That's what people are paying for, man.
I now pronounce you pause.
You may pause the bride.
You have to answer your vows with, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
If anyone would like to object to this wedding, please say what now?
Or forever hold my beer.
Forever hold my beer.
What's up, Bash? How you doing? Welcome back. Good to see you. 2-1. We got a couple threes up above. Oh, 2-1. Yeah, Boston giving himself an extra
3-1, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little.
You don't get a point just because you said Brock was going to kick Cody's ass again.
Yeah, that's not hard.
Not a whole lot of wrestling match tonight, but we're plowing through the night as far as timing goes.
Pause. But I would say it's been a good show. It has had the ads, as much as they've still been prevalent. It's a 3-hour show, so you're going to have to deal with it. They haven't interrupted a match to my memory. And they haven't, they're going to be there, so they never truly really throw you off out of the show. Like, so far, everything we've instantly, when we come back, we're paying attention, we're calling the action, we're going right back to everything that's going on. Normally, at times, we'll still keep talking about everything and anything that we've been talking about during the commercial.
No, it's true. And before we get back from this commercial break, I will remind everybody, we got about an hour or so left of this, shindig here tonight. We are back tomorrow. It is the go-home show for Battleground NXT Tuesday. The Dynamic Duo back at it again. And it's going to be a fun show. We'll see what they bring, but they're setting up the weekend. There's really good matches. I think Battleground is going to be a good show. It's just on at the exact same time as another show. So real interesting strategy here with this one, Cotton.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, right. But we are back for Dynamite. Tony has another announcement. He's going to tell us where the first show is, because hopefully he now knows.
Chicago fell out, so it might be in Jacksonville.
I'm still thinking it's Chicago, dude.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville would be disappointing.
Don't
announce it. Leak it like Riddle.
That's the small text under AEW and everything is just the small text that will be disappointing.
Indus here on the screen right now. But yes, folks, all week long. Even Thursday, we're here for Impact with Luna Havoc, and that's a go-home show because the next night, Under Siege.
Absolutely. This is the week of go home. Just everybody go home.
Everybody go home. Come
Just
here.
Go home, tune in, click to us,
Yeah.
like, share, and subscribe, all of that.
If you are not home right now, get home, get your snacks, and tune in.
Get your feel goods, get your vitamins. Because trust me, it looked
If
like
they're not
Immature
tuning
was
in
in
right
the
now,
vitamin
who are we
room too,
talking
as well. But I like this from A-Town. Oh, my brother, testify. KJ, get the table.
I was about to say, Nick, get the fucking tables, man. I swear to God. That's my line. I can be the bully.
Well, yeah, fair enough. But I got the glasses. Well, I mean, we kind of both have the same type of glasses. We just now, so that's what it is. We need the tape here.
Yeah.
And then we'll get the duct tape shirts or tie-dye shirts. And suspenders.
I think I can make tie-dye happen too. I got to check that out. The Viking Raiders were
side guys, so we are the Dudleys, goddammit.
The Raiders remind me of crazy people from Fallout 3. Right?
Jeebus.
Well, considering how inept they are, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Well, the TK announcement will be the video game. No, they already announced the video game. He's got to announce where Collision's going to be because they already fucked it up because they didn't have the Punk deal finished before they announced the show.
Fuck. Man, it's so bad. He cannot be the case. He's got to anything but Chicago to me is going to fucking be dumbfounding.
I'm telling you, I would be more dumbfounded if it still is Chicago than if it's not.
I know. I'm going to fucking dance.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What? Shout out to if anyone can can remember what that's a reference to.
You ever grab another man's rhubarb?
What?
Same thing. Nakamura theme is more over than he is. At times I would argue, yeah, people just saw that, but he can't be responsible for how he's been booked. Now they're giving him good matches week in and week out. There's a lot of opportunity here for Shinsuke to grow. And
listen, this man's a big fan of surfing, okay? He's a big surfer.
Everyone go surfing. Surfing USA.
Finn for the win. I like that. That's got a nice jingle to it. They're giving us a pay-per-view match on Raw. Gotta love it. Well, remember when if this was a couple years ago, this 100% would be a WrestleMania match, fuck alone a pay-per-view match. But it's just they've diminished and diminished and diminished.
Yeah, but I think Finn and the Judgment Day did a really good job getting themselves over and becoming a staple on the show. Even in the times where we were shitting on them for being the House of Purple and not really mattering, they just were involved with so much shit. They got better. Even Finn, I'm enjoying more lately.
Do you like Finn more now, or did you like him when he showed up in NXT hitting everybody with the 1916?
Oh, I much prefer kind of when he had that chip on his shoulder. But I mean, there he was a big fish in a small pond when he went back like that. But I mean, we know Finn's talented. You just got to put him in the right spots.
I will give you credit of you're rebuilding. You're building on past mistakes. I would say. Yes, Nicholson, Joker, Batman. Party man, black or white, red, green.
Raining down legs.
Balor just stomping out Nakamura right now. But if you haven't done so already, folks, give us your prediction. I see some already. Nakamura wins. I got Finn. I'll be in Delaware. Well, fair enough.
It was just so funny, right? I gotta win. I'm going to
Delaware. Win, Delaware. Fair enough. Will you drop by the Briscoe's farm? And you say shout out.
Big knee. This one's a hard one to call, Nick. I'm gonna go Balor.
Fine, I'll take Nakamura.
I'll take Nakamura.
I could see either way going because, like you said, it could be Damien's at ringside. Damien gets involved. So
Vance got it.
Yes.
Zoe Stark interferes with Nakamura. Richard, let's hope. Let's hope on this one.
Right. Put down the blue hopium. It's not going to help you at all.
Right. Nakamura versus Zoe Starks in an undercut match. Who's got the aggressive shave on the side?
The side. Jesus. This match was a banger in NXT. Hopefully they allow us to see a damn good match. Well, think about it still that you started off the top of the hour with Brock and Cody. Granted, you had whatever the hell that was with the Alpha Academy and the Viking Raiders. That was your pause for the cause match. And now we're right back at it with Nakamura and Finn Balor. Oh, clothesline from Damien. I told you he's going to get involved here.
What's your shirt say?
Wait.
What's your shirt say?
What?
What?
What? In case you didn't know. What? One more time. What?
Now we're going to a commercial break. The babyface down and out, and we're back into commercial. Good start to the match. Decent back and forth between Finn and Nakamura, who both know each other really well. If you have not made a prediction, if you're lazy, or maybe, it's just hard to spell Nakamura, you can give me an F for Finn. You can give me an N for Nakamura. Make your life easy, folks. But don't be shy. If you're watching right now, say hi. Be a friend. Join us.
Thank you for being a friend.
We don't bite.
Pause. What the fuck? What are you getting there?
Unless you ask.
Lariato. What the fuck? I heard that.
Now, tomorrow, NXT, we get the semifinals for the women's NXT tournament tomorrow, correct? Or is that established?
Yes, semifinals, and you set up the match for Battleground. So we've got Lyra Valkyria versus Cora Jade, and we've got Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez.
Ooh, I feel
one
bad
of those
for your
sounds
Tiffany,
like a final,
bro.
the other sounds like a pre-show match.
Yeah.
I'll let you decide who's who, folks.
Yeah, dude. I think I feel bad for your girl Tiffany here on this one.
Tiffany Epiphany might go poof. Unfortunately,
too bad she wasn't on the other bracket, because if it was right,
well,
if she was on the other side and she gets through Valkyria, she'd take on Raw.
Tiffany versus Roxanne seems like a final versus a semifinal.
Mm-hmm. Well, then you start looking at Tiffany versus Valkyria isn't the most appealing for the pay-per-view. Roxy versus Cora Jade definitely has more bang for its buck if you're putting it on a poster.
But does it, though?
It does, 100%. And part of that is...
Roxy over Tiff? Or I'm saying Cora over Tiff, I mean? That draws more... Which one draws more attention?
I think in the WWE universe, it's Cora. But I could be wrong. I don't like her at all, so... But I think
trust me, I'm starting to realize, thanks to you, that she's kind of a bit of the drizzling shits. So
I don't think she's great, and I think she's terrible with a microphone. And people who are gaga goo, maybe I'm just getting old, but I don't see it.
She's still pretty green. I'll say that for someone who's been on TV as much as she has.
Pretty and green, yeah. Okay, we'll go with that.
She's not the fucking Grinch here. She's not, on that day, Cora's push grew.
He fucking wrestles like the Grinch sometimes, for fuck's sake.
Right.
King Sasha.
King Sasha.
Took me a second. I'm like, who?
I still always, that's part of why I want like Morrow back on commentary, because at the time of his calls and moves and shit was a bit like Joey Styles and shit of just King Sasha.
Right. I could see it. And then part of me wonders if we find out at like the end of the tournament that she was the one taking out her competitors, like other people she didn't want in the tournament, and she was the one going around beating the shit out of everybody.
It sounds like a terrible, shitty teenage horror movie.
Yeah.
It sounds like the newest like plot of like Scream or something. Of
she
like
seems like the actress from one of those
like angsty teenager chick that was just taking out her vengeance on everybody.
Yeah.
And then she gets her comeuppance and like, the one little, it writes itself. It'd be Roxanne Perez, who's the little spunky, small female that everybody counted out. And she's the one that ups, gets the comeuppance on
I showed you.
Teenager.
Yeah. Right. I just think based on the bracket, I think Roxy's going to beat Tiffany. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this surprises, but Tiffany versus Cora?
Oh, no, you got heel versus heel. It's got to be Roxanne, but then does it run the issue of why did we get here in the first place?
Yeah, maybe. But am I downplaying Valkyria? Like, I just don't feel like people know enough about her, seen enough of her, or
care enough about
what they've seen.
Right?
Like,
come on!
She could flock off for all I care.
Oh, that's so good. Nakamura hits Damien with the come on. Ducks under the clothesline and then struts off back into the ring.
This is Nakamura at his finest, right?
Well, at his finest that he's going to be now, I think.
But that's that's good Nakamura.
I'm still on towards Wrestle Kingdom and everything. I'm terrible mark with that. So let me have
spinning heel kick. Cora Jade, new champ.
I like this of Larry. I've seen that cheerleader movie.
Right. And doesn't Cora feel like the star of it?
Right. And then, well, Urban Legend, that movie, the movie, remember that movie?
Yeah.
It's like Cabin in the Woods.
The bathtub with no liver.
What?
Urban Legend, the movie.
Okay.
I was adding to the.
I literally don't remember the movie. So that's all that was. It's just like, okay, you can have that. I'd be like, I don't have anything. So
Damien, I appreciate you, man, a lot. Like, don't forget Tank Ledger and Hank Walker. Yeah, no, I appreciate.
Don't worry.
I wish I had your positive vibes all the time.
The Jesse Pinkman of Hopium over here.
It's fucking beautiful.
Everybody, don't forget. Yeah,
I truly mean that. I'm not being sarcastic as usual.
No, it's not.
Don't forget,
the man is more excited for just and literally so impartial. Just I'm excited for everything. Sees nothing bad on anything.
Right. Nah, you can't have Cora Jade in Judgment Day.
No, why?
They already have their dominant.
Why do we keep wanting to add to a group that's still getting over? Oh, Ushik. That wasn't an Ushiguro. She's kidding.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I caught myself.
I'm not here to say it, but I know what it looks like.
A knee to the back of the neck on Finn Balor.
Dude, am I wrong?
It's like a reverse Kinshasa.
Does the Kinshasa look like shit sometimes, guys? It looks
like a baseball slide V-trigger.
But sometimes I think visually it just looks garbage. It's like the hidden blade sometimes I think looks ridiculous. Like,
really?
Sometimes I think it's like, wow, took his head off. The other times I'm like, wow, you swung above his head.
Like I said, that's the camera angle because to me, the hidden blade 9 times out of 10 when I see it, it's phenomenal looking. It's a scary looking move.
Oh, Priest pulling Finn out of the way. So close.
Nakamura just going right after Priest. So this could be what we're setting up instead of Nakamura versus Finn. Oh, dumps Priest over the barricade. Oh, shotgun dropkick to the back of Nakamura.
Now, this is supposed to lead to Priest and Nakamura. Finn's just playing like, I'm going to get him first kind of thing. So I think I should have gone back on my pick.
No, you're fine. Coup de grace!
Coup de
grace!
Yes.
Finn Balor picks up the win.
I almost wavered too.
I was going to say, you were literally in mid-waver. You were floating in the wind there.
And a pretty good match overall. Not the best of matches. I'm not going to remember it, in a few weeks, but it was good.
But it's a good TV match.
It's a great TV match. And if you're building this angle of Shinsuke versus Damien, which I'm all for.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, and it gives a bit more credibility and it builds up a bit more of the Judgment Day as well. They're slowly becoming the Monday Night Raw equivalent to the Bloodline.
Yeah. Not quite as dominant, but definitely in that dominant main event position, taking on big challengers, getting big wins. And you get a bunch of different things. Finn's excellent. He's outstanding in the ring. Yeah, he hasn't really been, the brightest of lights shown on him over a while. Damian Priest, I think we've only begun to scratch the surface of what Damien can do in this company. And then, of course, Dom, and Mommy have just been on a different, completely different plane. Oh, and sorry, wait 1 second. I got to lean in. Kevin Patrick's excited about something. If you made his cheeks rosy, oh. Is it ironic that Kai was the one that injured Liv and then Kai blows an ACL? Think about it. Next week, wait. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody who's tuning in right now, I need a fact checker to tell me, am I fucking crazy? Was this tag match not slated for this week? I could be wrong. I'm allowed. It happens once in a while. But I could have sworn this tag match was happening tonight. But now we're getting a singles match, so I apparently lost my mind. Miss T with the T, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Now, if I pick Shinsuke way earlier before I knew Priest would be out there, well, Boston, all's fair in love and more, and you take an L on this one, big guy. Yeah. So we're getting Raquel versus Sonya Deville. 4-0, Larry says. I don't believe you. Steve, not the Priest. I like Archer. There's another guy I'd like to see more from. Lance Archer. Let's go. Or you want him to be the Archer of Infamy again. See what I did there? 3-1 says my buddy Dale. Nice. Nakamura is underutilized. Yeah, but guys, he's on this new. He just came back. Let's see what they do with him. Let's see as they massage out this brand split and shed off the extra belts and make sense of everything. Give it time, because I do think that as much as we may have been disappointed with some of Nakamura's time here, he's good enough to still have a good time here. Match hadn't started when I switched. Screw it. I'll go to... Sorry, buddy. It was slated for Night of Champions, and they moved it. I thought they moved it to this week, but I guess I read wrong. The Fatal 4-Way is next week. All right. There you go. It's hard not to get lost in the shuffle, folks. No, they said last week the Fatal 4-Way would be tag team title match in 2 weeks. Okay. See, I accuse all the fans of getting impatient. Here I am getting impatient. Why didn't they just leave it on the pay-per-view, though? Couldn't they have just made it a pay-per-view match? Had a surprise come out at the pay-per-view? To move it 2 weeks seems silly. Last second change in a singles match is the singles match. All right. See, I feel like there might have been a change. That's crazy. What do you think is going to be the reason for Raquel turns into a beast? Keyshawn, good question. I mean, I never really expected Raquel to come up to the main roster and be like the smiley back flexor. I didn't expect that. So usually the same old stories, right? She gets jealous of her partner, doesn't like something, sick of losing, and the turn can happen in a moment's notice. But I would like to see Raquel kind of be more of a badass, right? You got Braun and, well, we didn't see Braun yet tonight, but you got Braun and Raquel both doing the exact same gimmick, the friendly giant gimmicks. Nakamura still looks strong. He didn't lose clean. He lost a 2-on-1 match that sets up a good thing. Completely with you, gamer. I'm okay with it. The match was solid. Pretty good match. And again, you're building up Nakamura, Damian Priest. There's this little rivalry right now. Maybe Nakamura has a friend to help him out. We will see. I'm okay with where we're going with this. I like Raquel. I hope she wins. Lindsay, welcome back. But, yeah, I just feel like we can get so much more out of Raquel. I really do. Raquel Rodriguez for the win. I agree. Boston. It counts as a win for you. Okay. We're getting loosey-goosey with the rules here. You mean the liberal friend system? You decide if you did well or not. Yeah, we're good with that. Boston, if you want to go 4-0, I'll let you do it. I go for Raquel for the win. Bobby, big wheels. I like it. Folks, we are in a commercial break, and I do see a lot of people just tuning in now. So bear with me if you've heard this already tonight. But we are back tomorrow for NXT, Wednesday, Dynamite, Thursday, Impact, Friday, SmackDown, and Impact Under Siege. I can't wait for Under Siege. PCO, Macklin. Then Saturday, we are live, noon Eastern for Brunch with the Boys. We are watching Night of Champions or Day of Champions for us, but we will be here at noon Eastern time and just go. We don't know when we're going to get off those marathon streams. We just start, We start talking and we go till we can talk no more. For example, last night, you remember Boston. But Sunday caps it all off. We get Double or Nothing. And in the middle of Double or Nothing, we also have NXT Battleground. We're going to cover 2 shows at the same time. 1 stream, 2 shows, 2 hosts. It's going to be a good weekend. We are stacked all week long. Go home shows. So I'm excited. It should be a fun one. And folks, if this is your first time here, like, subscribe, join the family. We are the wrestling channel for fans, by fans. And quite frankly, nobody watches as much wrestling as we do. And sometimes I ask myself why. Here learning more about Wrasslin. Good choice, Miss T. I like it. You've come to the right place. We might not teach you all the right things, but we will teach you some stuff. I can't wait for the Gunther match tonight. All right. Nope. Taking the 2-2. I'll spit it out. You're making me stutter here. You're the guy that taps the golf ball and goes, "Oh, my bad, stroke." Appreciate it. I appreciate your sportsmanship there, Mr. Boston. KJ, this is where I stand on the Raquel thing. Have her defend the title without a partner in a fatal 4-way elimination match, and have her be the last one with another team. Fair enough, but that they've already sold that one down the river. And I mean, realistically, you let her get to the final 2, and then the other ones take it. Yeah, okay. Bit of an equalizer there. Put her through some hard times. Could work. I'll be back. Sonya for the win. Vance going Sonya. All right. Raquel breaking some sunglasses, and Sonya not happy about it at all. Careful, Sonya's packing. Too soon. Yes. How you doing? Some love from the chat to the chat. I appreciate that, folks. Drowsy and Baszler. Sadness of Doom. Ooh, Larry, that is a fucking nice one. Listen, I never, ever, ever want to see somebody get hurt. I would never wish anyone got hurt. But to avoid Liv Quill versus Drowsy might have been okay with me. The sadness of doom. I don't hate it. See Money getting some love. I like it. Folks, if you haven't made a prediction yet, who are you taking? As Sonya just laying in the punches, working on the big lady. Yes. I've got Raquel, but there's a chance Shayna and Ronda interfere. Yeah, I think there's going to be do you think the mystery partner gets slipped out right here, right now, guys? Does Shotzi or Aaliyah or Dana pause? Does somebody show up? Sonya managed by Glock Anderson. Keep in mind, folks, we're just laughing about the gun, not the scenario. The crowd is silent. Yes, they are. And Raquel gets a squash win and gets kicked in the head. The crowd was silent. I will give you that. And it ends up being a nothing match. Did Sasha Banks get hurt last night? Bash 8. Yes, she botched. There was a slip up on the turnbuckle spot. She fell. Hey, there, I called it. Shotzi! No tank. I just fucking hurt the shit out of my throat with that nonsense. We got Shotzi. You want to get nuts? You want to get crazy? There goes Shots. Giving us her best Darby Allin impression. There you go. So they let it slip. Folks, you heard it come out of my mouth. Yeah, right? Now, you assume they were going to save the mystery, but I mean, Shotzi was. I'm just glad it wasn't Aaliyah or Dana, Because now with Shotzi in the fold, these two could win. And they've been friends before. Ballsy badass, as Kevin Patrick just said. She's a ballsy badass. Does Shotzi know you call her that? The ref is telling Adam Pearce that Cody is refusing assistance. Speaking of refusing,
speaking of refusing assistance,
dude, I got to make a compilation of those return moments. There's a bunch of funny ones now. Time hurting.
Try and
Speaking of nuts for nuts.
But yeah, well,
they missed it.
Ballsy when Shotzi sounds like might be after dark Monday Night Raw. Yeah, but that's proof positive right now that WWE listens to the Wrestling for Life Network, as you should as well. I referenced the Batman Michael Keaton movie with Joker and everything earlier, and then turn around, Corey, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Dude, it's funny because the minute he said it, I repeated it.
I heard it and I couldn't even register in my house. Like, you fucker, you took my fucking stick. Well, I mean, I can't really get upset about that. Speaking about tagging people's sticks, but
that's too funny. Tonight, KJ, not next week. Okay, so everybody corrected me. I honestly thought the Fatal 4-Way for the titles was tonight, but
I thought it was. I had heard it talked about, but God,
no, I heard there was some changes to tonight's show. Maybe that was it, but
it's Vince. It's Vince. Everybody's gonna set the internet on fire now. Twitterverse. Vince.
Vince pushed to have Shotzi get a rub. Pause.
NDA is all around.
It's not allowed. What do you guys think? Thumbs up or thumbs down on Shotzi Blackheart? How are we feeling about it?
You protected me from my own joke, but Miss T,
I kind of did, didn't I?
Yes, you did. But there was a couple here. Lindsay, what up? Miss T, what up? Maria, what up? I see a couple of new faces. So as we are on commercial break, I'm sure you did this while I was on the pause for the cause. But if you have not done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We are just over a year old, still knocking down the door at 2K and everything, as this man's going to take a pause. Slower than molasses. But nobody covers professional wrestling like we do. We are as unscripted, uncut, unfiltered, on all the things of our shit is real, our shit is raw. I will save the outro for a little bit, but yeah, nobody covers professional wrestling like we do. No one's here covering as much professional wrestling as we do. So absolutely be a friend, tell a friend. Yeah, what up? Uncut, yeah. Uncut, like straight from the Colombians, we're uncut. Is there a sideways thumb? Larry, what the fuck? Why are you trying to give us a sideways thumb? And then John out here giving me a thumbs down. What did I do to you people? I'm getting a thumbs down here. But John, what up? I love you. But so far, I think it has not been a bad episode of Monday Night Raw. We're now kicking towards the end of the second hour. And so far, to me, there hasn't been a moment, like I said, and I mentioned it earlier. Normally, we'll be here and whatever we're talking about through the commercial tends to carry over and talk through most of the match. And for the biggest part of it, it has not really happened tonight. We've been very focused on everything that's happened right in the ring. And as soon as the commercial cuts, we're back to talking about the action and everything. And that tells me that's a good Monday Night Raw. So you can have your little bit of changes and all of that. Everybody's going to still go online and still speculate as to how much Vince had to play and everything, which funny how that really died out once Chaos in AEW struck and WWE actually stayed being good for a bit. But absolutely. I saw one match for the show here. Fair enough, Lindsay. Well, trust me. Stay tuned. We got you covered for everything else. And you can always, trust me, everything's still always up there. So you can always go back, rewind, rewatch everything. Trust me, you probably miss half of our, ranting and raving about this, that, and the third. Nick, just before KJ went for a vitamin break, he asked thumbs up or thumbs down for Shotzi. Fair enough. Okay, so I'll take it you're not giving me a thumbs down, you're giving Shotzi a thumbs down. But even then, still, you're giving a thumbs down to the Tank. What you got mad about a Tank for? The Triple H is a big fan of tanks. Trust me. He sat there and showed up in a Jeep Cherokee or whatever the fuck it was and sat there and thought it was a tank because he strapped some PVC to the back of it. So SmackDown will be here June 17th. Fair enough. Nope, the Shotzi not you. There we go. I just found that out. Respect. Fair enough. Came 4 Denver Nuggets for and the NBA refs. Fair enough. Of Rocco, it's getting super interesting right now when it comes to NBA playoffs. I think both teams somehow might get swept. And is anyone really super paying attention to a Denver versus Heat final? I like this. Again, we're getting a bit of that training montage. Another fantastic, tap out advertisement for Matt Riddle here. Granted, the Patrick Star shorts at times kind of throw me off, but he really is. If Patrick Star could actually whoop your ass a bit. Out here with the no, please have mercy. Riddle package, not that one. A video, yeah. True say. He beat me to the joke here. I know tanks are cool. Yes, absolutely. What if Bray shows up at Collision? Would that negate the Punk negativity? It'll also negate a lot of contract liability and everything like that. Like there's this thing that contracts still exist. Like let's not go full Dave Meltzer here of McIntyre is going to show up in Wembley and everything. Like we're not going to go full tampering here. Maria, what up? Lakers 76, Nuggets 58, halftime now. There we go. Thank you, Vance. Maybe LeBron just pulls down and he does the double, come back down from 3-0. And what the fuck is Becky wearing? I know I shat on everything Sasha was wearing last night, but why is she wearing breadsticks as fucking glasses here now? Like, what the fuck is going on? What in the name of Cruella de Vil of this fur coat is going on? And so this is how we're starting the top of the hour is Becky coming out here looking like a fucking character from Star Trek.
Speaking of Star Trek.
Right. Well, no.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Right. Beam me up. But what is Becky wearing here? Seriously. Like she's out here looking like goddamn Cyclops.
The hand glasses are something interesting.
Are they hand glasses? Are they?
They
look like breadsticks. They look like
like breadsticks. You just came from the Olive Garden,
right? Exactly. She's got the Olive Garden sunglass special.
You go to Burger King, get your crown. You go to Olive Garden, get your glasses.
Exactly. Well, still, like we said, we're getting a replay from 2 weeks ago of if they would have put missing children on T-shirts that Trish Stratus wore, a lot more missing children, I feel, would have been found a lot quicker.
100%. People can say what they want. But listen, this is one of the criticisms against Becky, Nick, is that, she goes back to being the man. Now she's back to being David Bowie. We don't know what we're getting from her.
Yeah. Is she female Cyclops tonight? Yes.
Yes.
Bray can't mentally be in wrestling. I don't want to speculate that, especially as someone who I'll admit, and it's been known on the channel and everything, who personally deals with mental health issues, as I know we both talked about and everything, of I'm not going to speculate on shit like that. Like that to me, that's not a cool dig to try and you can dislike whatever with Bray, but to go into that aspect, I don't like it.
And I will say this, Nick, I mean, there is a level of, we consistently talk about beautiful minds, right? Like not every mind can be harnessed or, when you're uber creative, it's tricky as hell.
We both know that firsthand, personally, and everything.
And your mind's
crazy. At times when you're super creative and everything, it's hard to fucking focus that shit.
Yeah. Oh, Becky wasting no time. Let's get down to business.
They are hands now. I see it now. It just looks even stupider now because there's no lenses or anything. So she just got hands. She's the see no evil, hear no evil. But we've got our first contendant in the super sticker battle royal there. Face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue smiling.
Wait, now Bonkers has a vow. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I wanted to talk about that one already.
You're good.
You click on it? But it's we get the cute little blue stickers on the front end, but on the back end of here, it definitely got face blue smiling, face blue smiling, face blue smiling.
I was gonna say now let us know if on your end, when we pull that up, if it still shows up that way, or if we just sound like lunatics and just like we're reading code and ancient Arabic and everything at you.
When we click on it, they see what we see. They see the face.
Okay.
On the front end, on the actual app, you can see the actual sticker. It's funny that it doesn't translate, but that's what we're talking about. Now, is Shotzi on SmackDown?
I don't know. I feel like I got called out about this the other night because I was talking about indusure and gender and all of that and mixed up our draft, which, by the way, if you haven't go and see that, go and watch that video because we draft better than WWE did, and we did it seriously, unlike them. But it gets lost in the kerfuffle there. Oh my God, guys, this is my first contract signing. I'm so excited to be here. She didn't come out here with the Walker Canadian Ranger gear.
Her attitude, like the way it is right now, worked once upon a time. It's just not working now.
It worked when she was a full-time wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Well, if she's sticking around in SummerSlam, she's full-time for a while.
But still though, it's like when Cena comes back a bit, you get, I think at this point you get that's a little bit of a different cap, but you still get a little bit of that pullback of like, you're here for a moment, they're here for the long haul.
Right? Who won between Raquel and Sonya? Raquel, clean, solid. Right. But Shotzi came out to help her.
She came out in a tank.
No tank.
No tank.
I like Bray. I'm just
saying.
Thank
you very much, Dad.
Yeah, like, listen, if you guys watch this channel for a minute, or you go back through our archive, man, there was nobody beating the Bray Wyatt drum harder than me. Even when people were laughing at me, even when it turned out to be Edge, I really wanted something from Bray.
Right.
And I don't know what he
did. Cat fight. Trish out there
cat fight
I made my name in WWE and it did take me a broken nose to get there. I mean, well, does anyone remember that whole moment to where you had the infamous Monday Night Raw open to where Trish is there with the fucking mask on after she got a broken nose and she drops the towel in front of Shelton Benjamin of recreating the Monday Night Football entrance intro with Terrell Owens. So very much at one point, a broken nose did help Trish. So people don't forget.
Shotzi. So how do you feel about them fucking up the draft because Raquel's been on Raw?
But the women's tag titles cross both brands. So
dude, they gotta
that's the gamble you keep running into. This is
they gotta stop fucking around
in the corners that they don't need to.
They're gonna find out.
Yeah, what comes around is all around, Ricky.
This segment sucks. It does. I'm not liking it.
They've taken something that was so good and made it so bad. Like they have brought Monday Night Raw to a screeching halt. And I don't say that because of Trish Stratus's fucking mic work. But this is a screeching halt.
It is. And you know what would be better if Corey in the ring was holding a fucking microphone, was emceeing this, was asking questions, was directing this, opposed to Trish cutting a promo. It's not great.
What purpose does Corey serve here? That's the thing, though, is Becky looks way more like a star. She looks way more capable. She looks way more confident. And I get you've got to build up the tension between the heel and the baby face, but this has not gone well. And most of their stuff lately has.
Yeah, I've been okay with parts of it, like Becky popping back up. And I know some haters out there, like, Becky's not Sasha, but Becky's better. And the way we do this is you try and have some interest, and we've faded on it.
Now, and I will say this, and this is a point that I had thought of earlier, of Rhea right now is, I would say, at the level, if not has surpassed the level that Becky was at when she found that man gimmick and it really peaked off, and she could sit there and she could take pot shots at Edge and Cena and everybody like that. That's Rhea right now.
JV. I love a good cat fight. I don't have a cat fight yet. Did it happen?
No, I was just saying the fact that they're just getting persnickety between each other.
I don't know if Trish can have a cat fight in that top, but I'm willing to find out. Hi.
Oh, I like that from Becky. I'll say it to your face. Thank you, Trish. Thank you for being everything I hope I never become.
Yeah. Look, people that say that Becky's not a good promo.
She's the best promo out of the fucking 4 horsewomen or anything like that. Regardless of how you feel about Mercedes or how you feel about Bayley, Charlotte, Becky's the strongest overall out of the 4 of them.
I think Bayley gives her a run for her money. Out of the 4. I think Bayley might be a close neck and neck, but the other 2 are definitely out of the running.
I think it could be a bit because of presentation, but I think Becky's the more complete package. Even I would say more than Charlotte, because Charlotte's great, but you still always go back to her being a heel. Becky can work both and be fine.
This is good for Becky, though. I know people don't like this storyline, but it's just an opportunity for Becky to kind of get back into being a badass and dialing into this type of shit.
Becky has needed this. Becky has needed this moment to actually reestablish herself. Trish has gotten a lot over on Becky to get her built up back to this.
Becky's it, Trish not.
Trish flips the table, or tries to flip the table, and Becky just literally slides back like, you ain't got on me.
You don't know who the best horsewoman was. I like Bayley.
Becky.
No, I like Bayley. You like Becky.
I thought you were. I didn't know you were reading a comment. I thought you were. I apologize.
I stand corrected.
Exactly. I stand corrected.
For me, it goes Becky, Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha. Overall,
I agree with that to a T.
Yeah, I think at this point, I think Becky can surpass someday, but she hasn't for me. Overall, if we're talking promos, then that's a different argument. Yeah, I think Charlotte drops down one, actually.
All right. This show put me to sleep. Well, Altar Boy. I'm gonna not make jokes and try and take this seriously. This has been a good episode of Monday Night Raw, because
this part of
I don't want to make jokes about a name like Altar Boy.
We had a lull in a couple spots here.
Reaching stop here.
It's kind of slowing down as we're getting late in the show, but we still got some stuff to come. We'll see how this third hour plays out. Would the whole show be boring? No, but definitely slowing down from the pace we started at. That's the bullshit problem of a 3-hour show, but everybody's bitched about that.
If this was 2 hours right now, this is a fucking. If they would have ended it at the second hour,
well, think about it.
Perfect show.
If you had to, if you had a 2-hour show and you had to get the 6-man tag in, and there's something else on the docket.
We just had the contract signing,
right? But so if we go into all of that within the first 2 hours, cut out some of the filler, it's a beautiful Monday night. We go home. Good night. 11 o'clock.
I'm saying even if you didn't have the 6-person tag match, you just built that fucking story up. Oh, thank you. Have a good night. Good show.
You don't know me.
You think you know me?
You don't know me.
My name's not Rick. No, this is Patrick. Get a dog, little longy.
So we're going to replay again of the Cody situation. So they've done well threading this through the whole show.
Right, and I've got Adam Pearce nervously on his phone right now.
Is he calling Roman? That's what always happens on this show.
No, I think he might be talking to... Well, is he talking to Vince McMahon? Is he talking to Hunter? Is he talking to Nick Khan? Who is he talking to?
Yeah, fair enough.
Touche.
He's on the phone with Brandy. He's on the phone with Brandy.
You're
our only hope, Brandy.
Oh, God. But I've got Dominic Mysterio coming out here with Rhea, and I honestly
we had
don't
this match.
like that they keep playing they're playing more that they're a couple. Like you haven't done this for so long.
I don't mind
Why
it.
are you doing it now?
I don't mind how they're angling this and flirting with it. You kind of know they're not. You know he's not a criminal. Like everything about Dom is fake. He's the Raven gimmick where you knew the story up ahead.
I could believe you with the fucking condom and everything like that, but the whole couple thing, it's one of those of you weren't doing this from the jump, and now you're deciding to do it. So it's just awkward to me. Of like the condom thing happened organically to an extent of you had the online segments and everything to we got arrested.
But that whole bit
versus this, now they're now starting to act like they're actually a couple together. Like they've just been hanging out for a long time. They've been really good friends. They've been.
It happens, dude.
For a while,
we were just friends. One thing led to another. Shit, we're dating.
Right. He put his condom on, and then he just, showed me.
Asuka is the best pound for pound woman wrestler on this roster. Once upon a time,
or Asuka and take Rhea Ripley,
and I would go Rhea Ripley pound for pound. Rhea Ripley is one of the best wrestlers in the world, period, as far as an entire package and what she brings to the table at this point.
Right,
undeniably for me. You see, Cody sees Brock running to him. Brock wanted to push. Cody could have just docked. Yeah, but Cody's, blinded. I don't know.
Blinded, brother Brock. But still, you're telling me that's like having a goddamn Tyrannosaurus Rex coming at you, fucking barreling down on you. You're going to kind of freeze a little bit, unfortunately.
Gamer, you got a point. You really do. And I think my argument is they failed at it so much of like, I give up. But once upon a time, a 3-hour show was doable. You just ended up stacking them. Like you always seem to have one shitty hour.
So I'll pose this to you and to the audience and everything like that. Especially, granted, we're guys, obviously, we kind of stake our claim of nobody watches more wrestling than we do and everything. But at this point right now in 2023, what would you say is the overall hourly rate, like hours out of wrestling in a week that exists that is actually good wrestling? Like, is it 10? Is it 5? Is it 3? Is it 2? Like, dude, that you would say doesn't have to be across. There could be any promotion. Saying with how much professional wrestling is on throughout a week, how much would you say comprehensively is actually good?
Not nearly enough percentage-wise as far as what we get on a week-to-week basis. Yeah, and I mean, when you have a show like Raw where you get about 21 minutes and 3 hours, it's not enough because you can't do much with it, even if it's people that you want to see. Now, we had some good matches tonight, but not a lot. I think we've had 4 matches?
4 matches, boy. Like I said, I think up until the Rhea or to the Becky Trish contract signing, it was going at a good clip of you still got your typical ad breaks, but they didn't interfere too much with the show. They weren't interrupting matches to my recollection. They weren't really breaking up the cadence. They weren't truly slowing things down. That was hitting an iceberg with the Titanic there.
Bayley and Asuka saved WWE during the pandemic. I don't know. Is that accurate?
Asuka's claim to fame was the fucking Money in the Bank match at Titan Towers, which, by the way, fun fact, if you want to hear about when that whole match was getting booked and we had
true story
extras and we had outside influence onto the USA Network that was going back to creative and everything. We have the inside scoop with that, so we do have that interview as well. Right. Go through the catalog. We got all the interviews. We got you covered with anything.
Dom. I'm taking Dom, Mammy, Dum Dum.
Dum. Let's all go to Cole.
No.
Dum.
Condom for the win. Brock Lesnar is on fire. Hey, you listen, like we keep saying, I know people got hung up on why is Brock doing this. Listen, I give Brock all the credit in the world. Every pay-per-view in 2023, he'll be on the next pay-per-view. He'll probably be at SummerSlam. Like, you can't fault this guy for the past. Deal with what we have right now, and what he's doing right now, he's a fucking monster, and he just broke Cody's arm. Love it or hate it.
At this point, if you're still hung up on why, Brock, why, that's a you problem, not a we problem, and I suggest you go deal with your problem on your own time.
Peggy Leather has passed away. Well, T's and P's.
Absolutely.
We've been here live for a few bad announcements.
Well, it's been a terrible trend here of we had, superstar Billy Graham of, I am the man of the hour, the man with the power, too sweet to be sour. And we had Jim Brown, and now we're getting Saxton backstage with Shotzi and Raquel, and that was awkward.
My God. Yeah, sorry, I got distracted by this shit.
No, you're good.
I want to throw up in my mouth.
You're good. That wasn't good.
It was just like they turned the mic to Byron working hard tonight, by the way. But they turned the remote, the mic to Raquel, and she's like, oh, I'm just oh, it's so bad.
I've been out here playing the Renee Moxley Good position.
Apollo! No. I've got Rhea Ripley as the best. Io is pushing Asuka to go over her. I drafted Io. I'm all for Io Sky, man. And she showed what she can do in Puerto Rico. Let her go.
Oh, absolutely. But we've got Apollo Crews coming out right now. So
did he get bigger?
Apollo versus Dom. What?
Did he get, or was he just posing? He looked huge.
Oh, yeah. No, he posed out to where he sat there and did
the whole gigantic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He show out to show. He showed up to show out because that's what the show's about. But it's still funny to me how if Ray would have worn a condom, we would have never gotten condom. But that's neither here nor there.
What's all around goes around, Ricky.
Right.
Rhea is a wrestler too, and she is a damn good one. She's She's everything you want. And if you talk about representing the women's division, it's beautiful. It is everything you would want.
We're representing the company, let alone the division, all of that. She is to me.
You're not wrong.
Well, like I said, and to me, it's I guess the best way I can put it, the best compliment you could give to a female competitor right now. She is where Becky was as the man at this point. She is somebody that you could put 1A to 1B with like a Roman Reigns, or that's why she had to be the number one draft pick for Raw. All of that. She was the, when they had the draft that night she's the figurehead for this show. Roman can be the figurehead for this show.
Absolutely. I got no problem with that at all. I think it works really well. 79, 78, 6:16 left in the third.
Oh, the palpitations. Oof. Elizabeth.
Ooh, I reckon Io is the best. Then Asuka, Charlotte, Bianca. It's a moving target, guys. Right now, Charlotte hasn't done a whole lot. And again, some of these people that we talk about haven't done enough. Io, just beginning.
Sorry, I was going to say I'll put this out there of who.
I thought you hurt yourself.
Ow. Yeah. But who is there anybody on the WWE roster that you would swap out for someone on the AEW roster? If you're talking about a top 4 of women's professional wrestling right now, is there anyone that you would swap out that isn't in WWE or in AEW, outside of that? Because I think I would be hard pressed for that.
There's a couple. I mean, not a lot, but there's a couple that I think Jade Cargill would do fucking amazing in this.
So I guess I'll reiterate the question.
Let me reiterate the question.
Swap of top 4 female professional wrestlers right now, I would say the top 4 are all signed to WWE.
Yes. No, I would give you that. 100%. Okay. And I don't care what Meltzer says or PWI. Like, I don't care
Most
about
people don't. So
you give me, oh, but so and so from Stardom. Yeah, kiss my ass.
she's had 27,000 matches in 46 hours. Cool. But
no, I don't think realistically, I think the top level women are in the WWE with a couple exceptions.
Yeah, top level women in a top level company. But so who you taking, Dom or Apollo?
Dom for sure.
Dom. I can't disagree with here. I wanted to stay on the contrarian path here, but I'll take Dom. But I do like that this could be a bit of a building moment for Apollo. This goes back to it was so weird of you for half a minute when he was the IC title holder and you had him versus Big. It was good. And then it kind of jumped the shark. Like the Nigerian drum match to me, I think is the point to where it reached.
Yeah, you're not doing the right thing. And now there's lawsuits about some of that. But listen, if they had done the heel turn for Apollo, gave him Dabo Kato, and did everything they did with the Nigerian Prince gimmick without the bullshit accent, it might have worked. If he was just like, look, yeah, I grew up in America. I grew up with all the, all the, I'm the Apollo, but my lineage is this, and this is what I'm representing, and just did it authentically, it might have got over. His entrance was good. The AR was good. The big lines were cool.
Absolutely.
They give him
as Rhea squares up on, she squared up to Apollo, caused the distraction. Dom with a drop toe hold on Apollo into the ring steps, and then she pushes Apollo into the ring post. But yeah, there was a solid point to where I thought Apollo was going to end up pairing up with Roman because we were going to get like tribal unification there,
right?
Prince to the tribal chief and everything.
Now, when he dropped down to NXT, I expected more as him returning to NXT. I expected more from that, and we didn't get a lot. Now, I don't know if that's his fault or someone else's, but again, the missed opportunity for me, Nick, where he went down to that lower level and just didn't make it happen.
He just kind of became a bit of a placeholder of a prop.
Takes the frog splash on the back. Dom, 1, 2, 3, folks. You got a winner. Dom. No, he didn't lose. I've got Cruz. You got wrong.
Right. You might want to go for a cruise after that because you are wrong. Dom.
That's a pretty far frog splash. All right, Dom. Dom, hop.
Why? 4-0 Larry Alco bullshit.
I said that last time when he was 3-0. Poor bastard.
Yeah. Boston, at least being honest here, 3-3, bad night for me, but still, that's breaking even. And at least you're going to a game 7 with that series.
It's been 6 matches. Okay. We're getting.
I'm getting a video package for AJ Styles.
I like it. We get the old footage, like from Impact and New Japan.
Absolutely, but I still think this man. But that's what I'm saying of this. You're telling me you couldn't use stuff like this, and you build up to AJ versus Roman, and it's one of AJ's last shots. Yeah. I don't know how many more rounds I got left in the chamber.
Yeah,
but I'm going to make sure I shoot you between the fucking eyes.
Yeah, I'm all for it. And you can. AJ can lose to Seth. Seth goes about his business, and within the right.
He's supposed to. He's the SmackDown guy.
Yeah, and then if AJ worked his way towards Roman, it would work. And I'm all for it. Shit.
And I don't think it would be a hard jump. I don't think so.
No. So Dom hates his father, but uses his move. Makes sense. No, he uses Eddie's move.
Yeah, it's just sad that
and
Ray's moves are just Eddie's moves. So if I'm gonna go full Chavo Guerrero, as I went the hiccup, sorry.
Yeah. There you go. Bonkers looking forward. Oh, the ladies that he would bring, like the top 4. Yeah, I mean, Mickey's in the twilight. I love Jordan Grace and what she's doing. Masha.
Masha,
Oh,
you
what
think
can we
more
say?
GCW than you do Impact, first off.
Yeah.
Deonna, she was there, she slid.
She's still
Jordan was
now.
there, she slid. Notice how you didn't mention the Impact Knockouts champion and all of that.
You did. Deonna's the champion.
Oh, she is right now. Fuck.
Yeah, she's taking on Jordan.
What did I? Oh,
who did you think?
I got all confused now that we've got Trinity there and everything like that. I'm still halfway looking at it like it's vacant because they treat it like it is. So,
yeah, no, Mickie James had to give it up, and Deonna won it out. It was a hell of a match. Deonna's outstanding, guys. Right. That is somebody that I think the WWE, like, she moves in to the upper echelon of the women's division in WWE if you sign her, especially if she's flanked with someone like Chelsea.
Right. Now, I'll ask you this, though. So, according to Small Mark, top 4, AEW, Hikaru Shida, Tony Storm, Britt Baker, and Taya Valkyrie. So, in neither of that did you mention either fucking champion. But anyways, versus top 4, Rhea, Becky, Belair, and Asuka. Who you got?
It's not even a fair match.
I'm betting the fucking house on Team WWE.
Yeah, it's not even a fair fight. I like Shida, not at that level. She'd be in the middle of WWE's women division at best.
Storm, we saw
Storm
that.
was there. I love Storm though. I think she's outstanding.
But you didn't mention Hater. You didn't mention Christ. You didn't mention Saraya, the leader of the fucking faction. You took a fucking pylon.
We all know that Saraya is no longer good. For the people who are like, we're so happy about Saraya, and then turn around and go, we hate Becky Lynch. I don't get it. I don't get how you can shit on one and love the other. But anyway,
to me, with this, if that's your matchup, you showed up outmanned and outgunned, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not even close. I love Taya Valkyrie as well. I think she's a star. She's somebody that should be at the top of AEW or WWE's women's division. But yeah, just overall 4-on-4. Yeah, you're fucked. Sorry, AEW.
Right.
And Hater's been completely overshadowed. It's very disappointing.
Again, sounds like AEW. Very disappointing.
Nuggets have the lead.
Oh, I'm about to check that.
There he goes. He attempts the 619. I've got to see the new Flash movie. There you go, Larry.
With Michael Keaton, I'm Batman.
I am Batman.
That I heard, and to me, if I watch that, I'm just watching that to watch Michael Keaton play.
100%.
I don't give a fuck about Flash.
You gave WWE 5 girls. Well, then they're definitely going to win. I love this.
Means Vince has got to pay a lot of NDAs.
Right? Never mind. No, you didn't.
Right.
My bad.
Oh, so we're about to head into the fourth quarter, and it's 94 Nuggets, 87 Lakers.
Oh.
Por qué?
Clay says we got NXT tomorrow night and AEW Dynamite Wednesday night.
What?
Oh, he's got what's in there too. That's cute.
Trust me, I know.
Thursday night. Thursday night Impact Wrestling.
What?
Friday night SmackDown on Friday night.
What?
Saturday night of Champions.
What?
On Saturday.
What?
We got more than that. We got Under Siege on Friday.
What?
We got Battleground on Sunday. What? We got Double or Nothing on Sunday.
What?
We got it all.
What?
And everything in between.
What? I tried.
He was good. Been a minute.
Normally I just go psychotic with it.
He didn't mention Thunder. Thunder's amazing, and Stat's been on the shelf more than she hasn't, and she's young.
Which, by the way, I still have heard this go around about Thunder Rosa having to apologize to the AEW locker room, which I still go back to. I constantly can't say it in my head without thinking of CM Punk of like, you will apologize. Like, fucking why? What did she do that she needs to, as a grown woman, need to apologize to another group of grown women?
It is
about
absolute horseshit And it's when you do not have a proper management system to put shit to bed like this. And know what's fucked? You have this in-house fighting, and then months later you air it on TV, so it all comes up again.
AEW is Lord of the Flies wrestling. Welcome to where the inmates run the asylum.
Yeah, amen.
You have a supposed figurehead and a supposed boss who seems outmanned and outgunned and will not put his foot down. And this is not just fucking shitting on Tony Khan, but when you just ghost people when they get future nevered, at least Vince and the boys will sit there and send you a letter. Tony just stops replying
on your
to
wedding
you.
Day.
Well, yeah,
it might be, but you'll get one.
Or in a bin bag, true say, but
do that too.
Lesser of two evils. Would you rather know and then still get your shit handed to you, or would you rather not know and then just be like, "What the fuck"? You show up to work on Monday and your boss says, "Why the fuck are you here? You were fired."
Yeah, why are you still here?
Right. You just start showing up
on your day off for free. Right. Hear about Ishimori injuring his cervical vertebrae. Oh,
cervical vertebrae.
Again, late in the stream apparently, and I can't read. Cervical vertebrae.
He injured his cervix, I guess.
I swear to God, I'm educated, folks. Just have my moments.
I'm educated too.
Right.
I fail English. That's impossible.
There you go. This one's for you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I know it was Keaton.
It was like DC's so confusing.
Dude, it's gotten even worse. Well, because of Raka Khan of Disney cut ties with Dwayne. Because of Raka Khan.
Raka Khan. It can't be the case. Apparently, we have a press conference at noon on Friday. For who? Oh, yeah, we do. Probably won't be here, but yeah.
I would say, don't worry, we won't be here for it. We'll be here at noon on Saturday for your press conference.
Yeah, no kidding. Jade is still too green for a top 4. I agree. But in AEW, as far as presence goes and what she does, and when they simplify her and just, you know what, she's bigger and badder, and she's kind of got that Goldberg vibe to it. Yeah.
Oh, so we're getting hyped up right now. The Raw Women's Championship between Asuka and Bianca, which the way that they put that picture together, it looked like Asuka had the belt. We're getting Gunther versus Ali. We're getting Natty versus Rhea. And we're about to kick off with a little under a half hour left with I don't know what that was. But with Imperium coming out right now. I don't know what you're doing, but stop doing it. This man throwing me off as he takes a pause here. There we go. But I have Imperium coming out right now up next. So we're about to, and we're cutting to a commercial. But coming up next, folks, we have the 6-man tag match. So if you haven't done so already, you can let me know who you're taking. If not, let me know what you got going on in your professional wrestling mind, what you're excited for. In the week of go-home shows, in the week of, it's going to be a super stacked weekend of professional wrestling, and it's really a lot of pay-per-views all colliding and all kind of going against each other a bit, because we've got Under Siege on Friday going head-to-head with SmackDown and maybe Rampage. We've got Double or Nothing on we've got Night of Champions on Saturday, afternoon brunch with the boys, and then we've got Double or Nothing going head-to-head at one point with Battleground. So it's gonna be a stacked weekend. So this is the place you need to be when it comes to anything and everything pro wrestling. What? But I am in commercial break. Gunther is him. Nah, that's Carmelo. You can't just start giving out gimmicks here of he is him Jones, he is him Duncan, he out here in his Himbalins, out here being Himmy Cricket and Himmy Turner, all that. Hulk Hogan wants to come out of retirement to foot Goldberg. Cool. And I want to work for fucking ESPN. Let's see which one happens first. Or honestly, let's take a poll as to which one should happen, because I feel like one might happen more than the other, and it doesn't involve Hogan or Goldberg. Riddle got injured. When? Who? Where? What? Why? Nuggets 94, Lakers 89 in the third quarter. Oh, Vance, I'm not a fan. Which, by the way, what happened to Misty and all them that popped up there? Damien, only if it's a double retirement match. If it's a fucking disappear into the nether fucking match, I feel. I like this. The shout out to Owen Hart of I am not a nugget. I'm back ready for the Raw main event. Bobby, well, we would have never even knew you left if you didn't announce it. No, Gunther is him, Nick. Nah, I am him. You are him. We are him. I don't know. But Ric Flair is all elite. No, if that's accurate, if I'm going to pull up Twitter right now, and then first thing that I see pop up is Ric Flair in front of an all elite gimmick, background and all of that, and it's not a fucking meme, I'm going to be very surprised. Is Collision replacing Rampage? And what about AEW All Access? How's that going? Is it still a thing? Collision is not replacing Rampage. It should, but it's not. And what about AEW All Access? Again, very valid question there, because trust me, I don't know, and I don't think most people know, because people think Rampage doesn't get good numbers of doing 300 and all of that. All Access does half that number. It's unfortunately still going. Lindsay's letting me know, us working for ESPN is going to happen before Hulk Hogan versus Goldberg. Well, I appreciate that. Let's make that happen. So that's how you be a friend. You tell a friend. You share that. You hit that subscribe button. That's how you help us keep growing and help us keep moving. And like I've said before, big things popping, little things stopping up to something. Season never sleeps. As you've already seen, and we've now got the TikTok, we've got the merch store, we've got the Twitters, the Instagrams, we've got anything and everything. Oh, and we're already beginning next Monday. We're getting qualifying matches for the Money in the Bank matches. So let's go. It's almost like they are deciding to do a in-house tournament when they could have been doing an in-house tournament. But I've got Riddle coming out right now. No, he's not. We are Imperium. Awkward. Flair is all AOW, all old wrestlers. Yeah, this man's still out there trying to petition for a fucking another last match.
Fuck him in his last matches. I love Ric Flair. I love Ric Flair.
Wee woo.
Yeah, no, we sat through wee woo, and it was funny.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna bring it back one time for those who've been here. I'm still saying the last woo Ric Flair's gonna hear is the wee woo of the fucking ambulance dragging him off.
It's true. You can't put him back in the ring. He passed out twice last time, saying, "Oh, I wasn't hydrated." Fuck off. You're 90.
Well, I mean, you have a cocktail before you go out to the ring, and that might get you dehydrated at 90. I don't know. I'm not 90, so I can't speak on that.
He got to the ring. He was like, "Andrade, I'm baked."
He's right. Been smoking too much of that Ric Flair drip.
Oh, Gunther and Imperium for the win. Bold, Vance.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy.
No, I fucked that up. Yeah, Money in the Bank qualifiers, Nick. Woo woo. Let's go.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. So, are we gonna get you get X amount from this show that qualify and X amount from that show, or are we just gonna get a mismatch? Splish splash. I was taking a bath, and then we all ended up at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, no, I think you do qualifiers from each side. Each side gets 4 each or 3 each. I think it will be 4.
4.
Yeah, and then you have at her.
That's what she said.
But you can challenge for any belt, anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, it's that. At least that's not like the feast or fired from there of Impact. Of if you pull down the briefcase, and you can imagine of like And congratulations, Oscar. You've been fired.
Well, I mean, you look at by the time next weekend hits, we're at the end of May. We got Money in the Bank Saturday, July 1st. Sorry, Collision. But yeah, so I mean, we got 30 in a few days to go.
Yeah, well, still, when you're going to have Money in the Bank in the UK, shout out Wembley, going head to head with newly launched Collision, and probably at that point, I think they might be in Toronto, Ontario, Canada at that point, to where they're struggling. Yeah, cheap McFoley pop. To where they're struggling to sell tickets. They're going to get dusted. Like, that's going to be the real big burst fucking mark is when they go head to head with a WWE premium live event.
Well, like I said, when you got we're getting a whole shit ton of wrestling in Canada. SmackDown's coming, WWE's coming back at times. Then you have Impact doing pay-per-views here. I mean, Emergence and Slammiversary, they just did their last one in Canada. So we're getting a lot. You're telling us you're coming on a Saturday night for a taping, and we don't even know who's going to be on the show yet, really? Yeah, okay. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, you advertised it all around Punk and no Punk.
Still say we're getting a Punk.
Well, I mean, that's just us. But I'm in commercial break right now.
I got Gunther chopping the shit out of Riddle. Again, Money in the Bank, another cross brand pay-per-view. Again, no, see that one. No.
That's meant to be a cross brand.
Yeah,
that's to me because a lot to me and to a lot of people, and I don't know how you feel. This has become the big fifth of how you had the big four of Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, and Mania. This has become the fifth one.
Well, how long did Money in the Bank sit on this channel as the most viewed stream that we had done? Like, we did almost 10K last year's Money in the Bank with half the following we have now.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Not even.
The way that we keep growing and everything, that could have been 2 days, 2 weeks,
Right? Like Money in the Bank, people tune in for. And this one's going to be in the UK. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, we will be here live July 1st, and we will have Money in the Bank for everybody. And it's going to be a good one. I mean, we want to hit 10,000 this year at least.
And we mean subscribers, not just views.
Yeah, well, let's go on that.
Right. London calling to the faraway town.
Folks, I am in a commercial break. It's got to be one of the last commercial breaks before the end of the show. We do have the main event kicked off. If you haven't made a prediction, you can give us Team Riddle, whatever you want to call it, or Imperium for the win. I'd love to know what you think. But I will remind everybody, we are back tomorrow. NXT, we will be here live at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we will jump into the Go Home Show for Battleground. Wednesday, the Go Home Show for Double or Nothing. Thursday, the Go Home Show for Under Siege. Friday is a tape SmackDown. We will be here live for that Go Home Show, but we will also be here live on Friday night to cover Under Siege as well. The main event being PCO going up against Macklin. It's going to be a good one. Saturday, we're back at noon Eastern. So set your clocks, set your timers, click the little bell so you know when we're coming around. But noon on Saturday, Brunch with the Boys. And on the Saturday Brunch with the Boys streams, we start with the wrestling, and we do not know when we're going to go home. We might cover hockey. We might cover baseball, basketball, you name it. We might just sit around and talk. Eventually, we're going to cover the Antique Roadshow. And Sunday, if that wasn't enough, Sunday, we are back with Double or Nothing and Battleground on Sunday night. It's going to be a crazy week here on the channel, folks. So make sure you tell all your friends this is the place to watch your wrestling. Gilly says, I've always liked Hulk Hogan. I grew up with him. People are too friggin' sensitive today. What Hogan said was back in the 80s on a radio show. Society has changed. So woke and sensitive people can't let stuff go. Yes and no, because we do know it's more than just that, Gilly. I mean, I think Hogan had one of those, illustrious careers, but he just kind of semi-stayed in the spotlight because of who he was. and he got himself into a whole bag of shit. So Hogan's an interesting cat. Obviously, people laugh about the made-up stories, but yeah, every time he comes out, we pop. It is what it is. But yeah, maybe not the greatest of views on life from the very, very right-wing Hulk Hogan. Where is Money in the Bank taking place? London, England. Big Ben. You got to climb up to the top of Big Ben to get the belt. And right now, I got Ludwig in control of Matt Riddle. They always have a cross-brand pay-per-view. Smile. And Money in the Bank has always been one. Not a good debate point. Yeah, listen. I've tried to defend. I've really tried to defend this brand split. And they've had some clunky starts to it. We still got to figure out the belts. We've had some people cross over that maybe shouldn't have. Shit, we just saw Shotzi show up. We don't really have a whole lot of faith in it. Money in the Bank isn't a good example. And, kind of to your point, Boston, I do feel like Money in the Bank, you have the qualifiers within each company or each show, and the winners face off at the ladder match. That's it. We got a botch spot. Riddle botches with Gunther, goes for a tag. Ludwig makes sure that doesn't happen, and Riddle gets his head taken off. Riddle gets a 2. Sorry, Gunther gets a 2 on Riddle. Got Gunther for the win. I'm going to go... who am I going to go on this one? I think the tag champs need to be on the winning side of things right now. I'm going to go tag champs. Riddle is injured. Is he injured or is he selling us on that leg that Walter went after earlier? So LeBron elbows somebody, no free throws, but next play somebody from the Nuggets knocked down LeBron and he gets free throws. Yeah, well, LeBron's not the first superstar to get favorable reffing, my friend. It happens in all sports, happens every year. And I love when the superstars start whining. Oh, they're not calling anything. Shut up. Now you know what it feels like to be a regular player. KO tells him to suck it. Hits a Kevin ball. Kevin ball. Riddle, KO Sami for the win. Team Gunther for the win. So we're split. When is AEW versus WWE? In what sense, Lindsay? Just elaborate on that. Like, competitively, what nights are they against each other? That would be Sunday night. We're kicking off our coverage of Double or Nothing at 3 p.m. Eastern time, but the main show kicks off at 7 or 4 is the pre-show. I don't know. So anyway, we're going to be here all day, but it kicks off at 4. We get into the main stuff, and then Battleground starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So both head to head. Back into a commercial break. For the love of God, it's got to be the last one, right? We got to be close to the last commercial. I don't know. Could they fit another one in about 12 minutes? Come on now. Help me. Help me. Gunther will turn on Riddle into a... Gunther will turn Riddle into a ginger. Beating him like a redheaded stepchild. I've got Team KO for the win. Yeah, I'm with you, Boston Gamer, I'm with you completely. You lost. Lindsay forever. What is happening? The network doesn't want Punk. Not Tony. CM Punk apparently pissed someone off from TBS TNA. Gilly, is that true? I haven't heard that at all. From what I can tell, the network really did want Punk. Tony really did want Punk. Now, a legal letter went out, apparently, imploring Punk to come back. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Everyone who watched our previous streams knows, Nick and I went toe-to-toe about the Punk thing. If Punk doesn't show up, I'm wrong. I get egg on my face. And I think it's horrible news for AEW. I really do. You are going to have, if you announce on Wednesday, Punk will be the face of Collision, those tickets you're having trouble selling will be gone. I'm telling you right now. I promise it. But if it's just the way it is now, it's just going to end up feeling like Saturday Night Rampage, and it's not a good feeling. So I don't know. I haven't heard that. That last part, did he piss someone off at the network because he didn't, the deal wasn't done, he wasn't a part of the announcement? I don't know. My personal opinion is if I was Tony Khan and Punk was coming back and we're going to do the show in Chicago, I'd want to make that announcement on my show. That's what I think happened. That's what I think is going to come out. But then I hear this shit about lawyers. I don't know if it's true or not. Everybody running so high on speculation, on rumors, and they're so emotionally invested in some of this. It's crazy. But love or hate Punk, he draws more eyes than almost anybody in wrestling, whether he's in the ring or at home with his dog. It's facts. Can't argue it. I see RKO's. RKO's winning, but I like both. I agree. I am the money in the bank. All right, big claim for C Money there. I agree with you 100%, KJ. Good choice. Good choice. Lindsay, no. KJ, will you literally break an egg on your face? I could be down with that. I could let it happen. I'll let Nick run, send one over. Punk will be back and the dirt sheets work with TK. I agree with you, and a lot of people surmise about the dirt sheets working with DK. Certain publications are extremely friendly with TK. One of them is The Observer, where you get some of the most unbiased, some of the most biased. Sorry, let me correct that. I got thrown off by a frog splash. But you get some of the most biased coverage. Do you ever see like the New York Times or the Toronto Sun up here in Canada? Do you ever see any of them come out and defend a company? Like if something's reported, or if one sports writer writes about the shitty Yankees, and you hear another writer come out, no, they're really great, and that's all you get from the Observer and the ones close. However, I will say this: the relationship, at least with the Observer, seems volatile at best. I feel like Uncle Dave gets his panties in a bunch a lot. Whoa! Sammy getting a 2 count. Sorry, folks, I'm rambling. But someone like Dave Meltzer, whether he's on Tony's payroll or not, if Brian Alvarez is on the payroll or not, they are hurting his business. So them being on the payroll, clearly being on Tony's payroll doesn't mean you can control them. So for me, Tony's got to separate himself from this shit. And if he is the one feeding guys like Dave the bullshit, he needs to stop. And when you hear guys like Dave, if you really want Punk, Blue Thunder Bomb, Eichner back in the ring, Riddle back in the ring, goes for the kick. Oh, kicks off Eichner up to the second rope, top rope. Eichner says, sit on these nuts. Stunner! Stunner! But yeah, I'll get back to that. We got some action. I'll get back to that. Blue Thunder Bomb, got it. Hard chops always. Sleeper! Sammy getting choked. But yes, my final thought on this bash is, yes, there are some that are very favorable. Wow, floating brawl in the back of Gunther. Jesus. I don't think Gunther liked that at all. Did Gunther bite his tongue? Wow, that looked bad for everybody. Eichner, exploder into the turnbuckle. I heard it from a couple YouTubers. Okay. I don't want to discredit them. My theory with any wrestling story is I got to read it from 3 people at least. And it's got to be 3 reliable people. It's got to be like fucking SRS. It's people that I have some faith in. Huge Haluva kick. KO up to the top, looking around. What are you waiting for? Swanton! am I crazy? I feel like did something go wrong at the end there? I don't know. That's crazy. But your tag team champions and Riddle are victorious. Eddie Thorpe first. Tyler Bate's going to be good. Yeah, I'm all for that one. Listen, folks, I know NXT's got a bad rap, but we've seen them do some good things. Mostly in the ring. Outside of the ring, it's fucking nuts. The Battleground main event will probably be on after Double or Nothing. Maybe. Mark, you know how Tony do. We know how Tony does. We could be live at midnight with a Tony pay-per-view. He terrifies me. But I have if they announce on Wednesday anything but Chicago, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. But I really hope that between Wednesday and Double or Nothing, we get Punk for AEW's sake. You on a roll. So, yes, I put this on the thumbnail for our Friday stream, but yes, Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m., but we have the KO show starring KO and Sami, and they're going to be having Roman and Solo on the KO show on Friday, of course, the night before. So as we know, it is a taped event, but we still will be here live for 2 hours of coverage. Plus, we will be watching Impact Wrestling Under Siege. And now we're back to Cody. So Cody wouldn't let anyone in his room, but let the cameraman in his room. That's just me being picky. Hey, he called Triple H. Hey, it's time to play the game. I want to turn this shit up. Where's my remote? Why'd they give Triple H the little kid chair? Imperium was beaten. Tied up. Lakers, Nuggets, 4 minutes. They have 5 minutes left.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
I think we're good. Yes, sir.
Sorry, I had us in the background as I popped in.
That's what I thought. I was like, okay.
It's all about the game and how you play it. And yeah, he got the little kid. He got the little kid high chair. See, he got the spot at the kids' table.
Triple H says, "I understand you're afraid."
Is he gonna pull him out of it? But I mean, this is to where he convinces Hunter, well, you fought him and after this and this. And yeah, got tapped out like a sumbitch.
Could you imagine they announced that Cody can't participate in Night of Champions?
I could see it, but I mean,
this is a crazy end of the show, though, considering.
Absolutely. Give me, if I'm going to hang around, give me 1 quick second because I left something in the other room.
I left something in the other room. Man forgot to put his joint out. I love that guy. Just in time, Nick. It should say just in the nick of time. See what I did there? Put a bow on it, Bash. Imperium eating 2 losses.
To both of those, you can have that. That even what I'm mad at. No, I forgot my beverage in the other room. I've been thirsty, some bitch up there.
My beer.
Right, I forgot my rum. What? My beer. What? My whiskey. What? My vitamins. What?
It's a big cup. What?
Absolutely. Big cup for a big dude, motherfucker.
I'm so glad you said dude. Meant too many losses. Thank God they told us who they were. Thank God they told us who they both were with those graphics. We never would have known.
Exactly. I would have never known that was 2-time Hall of Famer Paul Levesque standing there in that child, sitting there in that child seat,
Is Cody crying?
looking up like Hornswoggle to Cody Rhodes.
Oh, Cody's afraid to go to the doctor.
They're gonna tell me I can't compete, boss.
Vitamins
107,
in my soul. Nick is back. Total gold.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know. You might see me weep on stream here. I feel like I almost have to be here now because this is my day of reckoning of, like when I made fun of the Maple Leafs and all of that, we were here because LeBron gets it to 104 to 107. Denver still with 3 and some change left. Anyway, sorry.
All right, folks. If you are new here, we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every show. Nick is going to keep you up to date on what's happening in on basketball, or in the basketball game. 7 out of 10 from Larry. 7 from Vance. 8.5 from Bobby Big Wheel.
Oh, that was fucking clean from Jokic. Sorry.
You're gonna make me.
That was fucking clutch.
I wonder if
man with the fadeaway with Davis right there outside the paint, just nothing, just swooshed it.
Adrenaline in my
soul.
8 out of 10 for Raw. Good match.
Oh, sorry.
We'll get to you, folks.
I'll shut up. Sorry, I'll stop talking. I'll stop
excited.
That's normal.
Yes. I would say so. 8.5, 8, 6 out of 10.
Reckoning, that's correct. Yes, I'm dealing with my reckoning. Oh, you're gonna call that?
Oh,
I mean, fine, fuck it. Who's?
They're gonna.
Gordon's got to be going to the line then. All right, sorry.
I was wondering. I went by fast, 8.5. See, there was just, close.
I was gonna say, Joe Black, it must have gone by fast because I didn't see you comment up until now, my guy.
There you go, too fast. He was watching.
Right. I know. I got to still poke of, prod them people to comment outside of just watching.
There you go. Get off your seat and join the chat. 7:45.
Hi.
What's that?
I said, just say hi.
Hi. 11 out of 10. Trish was looking fire.
Fire.
Let's see money, no doubt. Yeah, people shitting on Becky and Trish blows my mind. Even though Trish's promo,
I don't know. You're saying tonight that was a highlight. That was a fucking iceberg. Iceberg up ahead, Vince.
It took the show a minute to recover from the fucking death that was.
It took hours. What are you talking about? That directed everything on a fucking cold spell.
Yeah, 7.5 from Chris LeClaire. Gilly says it was all right for a go-home show. I give it a solid 7. The conversation we had in the chat, make it even better. I love it, and that's what we're here for.
Right. What do you give it, sir?
You know what I like tonight? I like the pace of tonight until we did hit that kind of middle lull. I always feel like, Raw's a bit of a hammock, right? You got 2 solid ends, and then there's a lull in the fucking middle. But overall, not a bad show. A lot of building to the go-home nature of what we were dealing with. They were building towards Night of Champions in a lot of regards. I'm going to give it a solid 7. I really am. I think that's fair.
Fair enough. See, this is where I get interesting because I feel like I'm a bit ahead of you. Like, not in just I might have liked it a little bit more than you.
That's fine. You're allowed.
Fair enough. I'm
going
to give it an 8.
There you go.
I think a good chunk of that, to me, up until the man Trish iceberg that we hit at like top of the second hour there, this was rolling along as one of a really good Monday Night Raw. Of hard to find anything really to complain about, anything to knock it on. It was really good. We were sitting here doing whole segments talking about how Ricochet needs to actually get a push now because, yeah, he had a fantastic match with Bronson Reed, and they actually sat there and, gave us some story behind it. And then it just crashed. It slowed way down.
Way down.
So I'll give it an 8.
8's good. I'm okay with an 8. Like I mean, I could be nudged up, but I mean, there was just a large stretch there where I kind of was just running with the chat, not really paying attention because the Becky shit was slow. Like you said, it kind of halted fucking quick. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, we got.
But see, I'll counter that with I feel like a good point of, and I mentioned this a couple times, especially like when you would be on a pause, whatever. Of most of the time when there would be a commercial break, and then we'll have a topic and we'll just keep running through and we'll talk through a whole match. Yeah. But most of the time, whatever we had, we buttoned up real quick because we were back in action and we were still talking.
We were getting a lot, and I mean,
it was really just that log jam in the front or in the middle there that held a lot of things up.
And at risk of beating this to death, I know people are mad about, well, Brock didn't give a substantial reason for why he's doing this. Who cares? Like the angle at the end of the show.
You're going to tell Brock, well, you didn't tell me why you're kicking my ass. Cool. Well, I'm still kicking your ass.
Imagine Pierce called Triple H, bro.
The fact that we had Hunter like on screen.
Where's Brock?
And he wasn't giving us announcement of thank you to everybody. I am the game.
Right? No, it was good though. He comes
Triple
in.
H.
Right? I know you're afraid of the doctor, but I need you to
You don't want to get checked out, but you have to because of your arm.
I'll call your wife.
Brandy says hello.
Oh, pause. Crush my throne. I'll show you. That's
facts. I'll have Brock break your fucking arm. I'll have Brock crush your arm. Doesn't feel so good, huh, Cody, when Brock's putting you in a Kimura. Monkey see, monkey do, because notice when Hunter had his feud with Brock, that was the big sticking point, was the Kimura.
Right. Joe, you're completely right. Gunther is absolutely going to fucking eat Ali alive. I think being in Saudi Arabia, they'll give him some hope spots, but that's about it.
Oh, fair enough.
The thing with Trish is Trish has that nasally voice. As much as I adore Trish, she works well as a heel sometimes because it's very nasally.
Well, to me, it's again, I think we talked about it of everything with Trish worked for the most part. Like, especially when it comes into a situation like that, of naturally before then, all of that has worked really well. In that segment, she went back to like Trish versus Lita, Trish with TNA, of like that stuff doesn't work anymore. The game has passed you by, dear, with that.
Yeah, like when she turned heel originally, or turned back heel, and came back out with like the suspenders, and she was bowing all the time.
Let's go. Sorry,
she needs to dig into that a little more. What just happened?
We're tied up right now with 1:13 left in the fourth quarter, and I know this is living on a prayer here. Cool. We're down 3-0. You won one game. We're staying alive.
I was just in that place, and we won the.
Like I said, this is my day of reckoning.
But it might not be long-lived, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is Boogie Nights of staying alive. If
they go into overtime, you're on your own.
Fair enough. Trust me, I'll watch that on my own outside of this. You can you can just message me and listen to me fucking go
off. Doesn't matter. Still need to do a little build towards it, and they will have Ali show some life in exactly what I said. Boss, get out of my head, man. Great minds, but exact same idea, similar to Zelina and Rhea. Yeah, they're going to give a few hope spots, then Gunther's going to smack the shit out of them, and we're going to enjoy that just as much, if not more, to be honest.
As right now, we're 1:13, 1:11 with 40 seconds left, 10 on the shot clock. When you mentioned overtime, is that because you're fearsome of it being like Carolina and all that, and we get into 4 overtimes and all of that, and we're here for another fucking 3 hours?
I'm twitchy as shit with fucking overtimes, and Florida won game 1 and 2 of the conference finals in overtime.
They have held the lead for a total of, I think it's 13 seconds in that whole series. And they are up like 2 or 3-0.
2-0 in the conference final. They're 2 games away from the top.
Right, but they've held the lead for 13 seconds.
Yeah, it's insane. They smashed through the best team, one of the best teams in the history of all hockey.
Right.
And then they smashed the Leafs. with overtimes and 1-goal games. It's crazy.
It all comes down to Kachuk. But we're
making a case
at a timeout right now with about 30 or so seconds left.
The basketball takes way too long to end
2.
games, for the record.
Who's what?
Basketball, man, the last 2 minutes of a basketball game take forever.
Yeah. Well, that's because NHL just goes into overtime. Of just sudden death.
Slow it down, right? Like,
right.
I did care for a little bit, but what the fuck?
Not giving us a solid reason why Brock attacked Cody, but I'll let it go. It's just wrestling. So C. Gilly's taking, the whole. You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad
a little bit about it. There you go. It took me a second. I had to put it all together, Jilly. It's been a long couple days. A little bit about it.
It irks me when you say Gilly or Jilly.
Gilly.
Yeah,
potato,
it irks me.
Tomato.
Comes he, comes ha.
Bagel.
Oh, as a New Yorker, that fucking.
Oh, it's a bagel.
That hurt me. That stabbed me right there.
Where do you fall on that one?
It's a fucking bagel. It's not.
Thank you. Okay, we can be friends. Okay.
Hey, who the fuck calls it a bagel?
Bagel drives me nuts.
Fucking Bilbo Baggles. What the fuck are we doing here?
Nakamura versus Finn was good. Yeah, no, it's bagel, 100%.
It's a fucking bagel.
KO team.
You gotta get your fucking egg and cheese on a fucking bagel with ketchup, all that. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh.
KO's team.
Oh fuck!
I'm gonna mute him.
I just watch my reactions. It'll be the same. You get the
right. Imperium lost, Thunderbird. Imperium lost. She's still hot. She fucking banging. Denver are shocking. LOL. Yeah, Denver is kind of like the Florida Panthers.
We're gonna get a sweep of both series, and no one's gonna give a. But we've got, and I was muting myself, by the way, but we have 4 seconds left, and I got mad because LeBron missed a shot. But we have 4 seconds left. It's 1:13, 1:11 right now. Denver, and I think Denver might have the ball. Yeah. All right.
If
I'm a mute, you can have my reactions. You'll know when the game ends because I'll be gone.
Like the song says, let it go, let it go.
Can't hold it back anymore.
Should have known. Did I hear someone say Bilbo Baggins?
I was trying to do the fucking Spiegel voice.
It's just drool all over the mic.
Yeah.
What's up, Haseen? How are you doing? I promise we're going home, guys. But yeah, overall, good night. We will be back for a NXT Go Home show tomorrow. As Damien reminded us, there are some matches happening. Hank the Tank is taking on the Tank. Weird. But yeah, I mean, the semifinals will go off for the women's NXT Championship tournament. Nick's having a meltdown. What do they have? 32 seconds left now? 4 total seconds? Wait, are you muted? Oh, you muted himself. That's good. How was your weekend going? Weekend's been wonderful. I had a long weekend, to be honest, so I didn't have to work today. Oh. What's going to happen? Well, everyone watch Nick. Oh, he's happy? No, he's not happy. Okay. I guess the Lakers have lost, ladies and gentlemen. But alrighty then. Good night, fellas. Good night, Larry. Damn. Yeah, it's a rough one. Axiom versus Dabakato sounds ridiculous. I don't know why that is happening, Damien. I can't even enjoy it. Come on now. But tune in and watch me, cut it up. Tyler Bate versus Eddie Thorpe's going to be good. I'll give you that one. Peace. Denver won. I know my buddy ran away. With all that being said, folks, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. Like we say, we cover more wrestling than anybody else out there. We will be back all week long. Go home shows aplenty. 2 big pay-per-views this weekend. 2 marathon streams. We are not stopping. We got so much coming your way, and it's been nothing but a pleasure. Don't forget, comment down below. It helps our little algorithm. Like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends. The nicest thing you can do is let people know where they should be getting their wrestling content. And it's right here at the Wrestling for Life Network on behalf of a very sad, depressed Big Nick. I am KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and I say good night. See you on the flip side, folks. Bye.